Welcome, everybody, to another rendition of Delete Laws. What's going on out there in the land of America? How is everybody doing today? Chevy, April, Jennifer, what is going on? How is everybody? Cope Dogged Dog is in the hizzy. Look at April quickly becoming a member of the team DLZ, deeply entrenched. Derek Morris is in here. Everybody, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Just take a second, take your finger, slide it down the screen, hit the like button for me. Take you 2 seconds, just hit it. And then type in the comment section. Shanta has already done it. OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Cope Doggy Dog got notified by X. You're not going to get notifications for this channel. If you're on Delete Laws, it's because you came here on purpose. They got us so shadow banned. It's unbelievable. But because of you guys commenting, liking, sharing the videos, we are still growing because of people like Dale, because of people like Alan Hubbs. Keep sharing the videos, keep liking, drop a comment on every video of DLZ. Thank you so much. Now, we talked about this yesterday or the day before, but today they dropped the entire body cam of the Elyria, Ohio raid on a house where there was a baby asleep in a crib that was on a ventilator. So this is all the body cam footage. This is all of it. This is all the body cam footage. So I want to break this down frame by frame. But first, for people who are not caught up, we're going to watch this real quick 2-3 minute introduction by this state-run media channel, and then we're going to jump right into all the body cam footage.
Small town in Ohio is demanding answers after a police raid allegedly ended with a young child in the hospital.
Police search warrant! Coming downstairs!
All right, that is the exact moment that police entered that home just outside of Cleveland. And you can see a young mother with her hands up, screaming that her baby is inside. There she is. There are conflicting accounts right now about what actually happened. The mother claims that officers had the wrong address and that her baby suffered chemical burns and other injuries. But in a statement, police say it was the correct house and that the child was not hurt. NBC News correspondent Valerie Castro joins us now. Valerie, what did happen here?
Isn't it crazy how you say the mom says that the baby's injured and in the hospital, but the police say, no, the baby's fine.
And how is that baby?
So, Morgan, first of all, the baby is still recovering in the hospital. His mom.
Everybody, do me a favor. Share the stream if you can. YouTube has me so shadow banned. Hit the like button. Drop a comment in that comment section real quick. See if we can get more people out to the stream.
Courtney Price, she tells our NBC affiliate in Ohio that her baby was born prematurely, and so he has a defect in one of his lungs, and he also has a hole in his heart. She says doctors are now telling her that her son has inflammation of his lungs, irritation in his eyes, that they believe is from some sort of chemical exposure.
Take a look at what you're seeing right there. Take a look at that. Everybody knows you need 4 men to create a team. If you have any kind of military background or any kind of real training, you need a 4-man squad to form your team. You don't need 28 G.I. Joe losers dressed up to raid a house where you haven't even visually confirmed that the person you're looking for is in that house.
That they believe is from some sort of chemical exposure. Price says that she recently moved to Ohio to stay with family so her son could have heart surgery. Now she says that has been delayed because of this incident. Take a listen to what she had to say.
We came here for a fresh start, and now I just feel so unsafe here. I'm just trying to tough it out and stay for better care, but I just do not like being here now.
Of course,
it's really hard.
Of course you don't. The cops raided your home with 30 people, over 24 men, and they raided your house. Of course you don't want to be here.
And just to touch back to what police have said, they say that 2 flashbangs were used in this raid. That was the loud bang that you heard when they entered.
Okay, so we got enough from the mainstream state-run media. Let's jump into it. This is the full body cam. So this guy over here released. Oop, I forgot. I liked it, but I forgot to subscribe. Sorry about that. Oh, and so I said, okay, I'll cover this today. Let's shine a little light for Sherry's Rock Art Ireland. I'll drop the link for his channel down here if you guys want to drop him a comment. Let him know. Thank you for posting this body cam footage. Text me from the road, buddy. And so this is that the moment. It's 5 minutes in when the flashbangs are deployed. I already watched part of this. So let's go though, and just imagine that you're a copper and you're dressed up like G.I. Joe Loser. Oh, I couldn't even put myself in that position. And you're going to this house and look at this. I mean, this looks like this is far worse than Nazi Germany. This is worse than the Nazis running down the Jews because we're supposed to be free. At least the Nazis were honest about it, that they were trying to exterminate the Jews. These people are our enemies. If you don't know that, watch the video. Are you kidding me, man? This kid hadn't threatened to kill anybody. The so-called suspect who had stole some firearms, nothing. He just allegedly stole some firearms.
Open. Police search warrant, come to the door! Police search warrant, come to the door!
Come on.
Dogs. Police search warrant!
Be ready to kill the dogs.
Coming down the stairs!
They have no visual confirmation who's there and who's not there. They don't know. This is unbelievable. We're 10 seconds into them coming up to the house.
Hands up! Okay. Come down to us. Okay. Come outside. All right.
My baby's on a ventilator.
Okay. Come outside. All right.
My baby's on a ventilator in there. She has to run outside without her baby because she's afraid they're going to kill her.
Lift us down, please. Okay. Push on you. 17. Somebody go in there with you? Good. Back up. No, you're good. You're good. Good.
It's just so stupid. It's so ridiculous.
Back up. No, you're good. You're good. Good. Just hold there, Jeff.
Yeah, just stand right there in front of that window right there.
Yeah, you're good for now. Nice job. Yeah. Nice job on that. Hey, there's a crawl space, 1B. It definitely was tight. You need any more, Jake? Be good. That one of us in the back? Is that through the backyard? Is it us or is it the bystander? I didn't know. In the backyard, is that us across the fence line? Or is that bystander? That's one of our guys. 323. Some of these bars. Yeah, go ahead.
What the hell are they doing? Take a look at the house. The doors, is the door broken? I can't tell. The window's busted. They put 2 flashbangs up through the upper window. You're going to get a better angle of that in 1 second. Just hold tight.
Go ahead.
Look at that. Look how many pigs are at this house. You only need 4 men to have a team. 4 guys can take out 1. 28 guys all dressed up like they're in the middle of a war zone somewhere. Look at each one of them getting paid to stand there. Microphone goes off. Muted the microphone here. They turn the sound off, turns the sound back on, so it's going to take 30 seconds. Just saw his finger touch the bottom of it again. They're going to show a different camera angle. Look at all these dudes. Look at all these people that we're paying. For what? Look at all these dudes. This is unbelievable. This is simply unbelievable. We should be a few seconds away from sound if he turned it back on when I said that I thought that he did. Look at that. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Are you... Do you guys remember the scene in Airplane? Who remembers the movie Airplane? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember the movie Airplane. Do you remember the scene in Airplane where the woman is in the seat and she's hysterical and she's, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to do. And he walks up and he says, I'm a doctor. And he smacks her and he says, get a hold of yourself, woman. And then lady taps her and says, hey, excuse me, let me talk to her. And grabs her and goes, listen to me, smack, and smacks her. And then a priest goes up, excuse me, miss. And then the priest gets in, hey, smacks him, right? That's what this is. Each and every G.I. Joe loser there wants to get his pew, 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 pew. Each and every loser within that group of losers got all dressed up like G.I. Joe loser today so that he could be the person that killed that 14-year-old boy. Here's where the flashbang... Look at that. No visual confirmation that the suspect or perpetrator is there. They just go... Are you kidding me? These guys, I mean, let me just say something real quick. For a SWAT team, these guys are pretty freaking stupid, aren't they? Why are they like that? There's like 10 guys all bunched up together right in front of the door. Wouldn't you guys want to separate out? And since you guys have long range rifles right there, wouldn't you want to set back maybe in the lawn across the street, zoom right into the particular windows and areas that could have someone pop up with a gun if we were in Fallujah? If that person wanted to have a shootout with you, if that 14-year-old kid said, come to my house and I'm going to shoot all the coppers. If any of those things happened, why would you put all the cops right in front of the door? I mean, I'm just saying, why would you do it like that? That doesn't make any sense. This doesn't look like that's the safest route for the coppers. They got 3 or 4 cops all on the at least on the right flank. They're separated ever so slightly over here on this side. At least they're separated ever so slightly on the right flank. But in the center and here, you have all these guys that if someone was really bad, boom, and then all those guys are gone. And these guys are stacked right on top of each other. Like right on top of each other. I mean, it's actually a good thing they have the helmets on, because the sound of the gunfire would blow these guys' eardrums out. If he was to fire, it would hurt his. If he was to fire, it would hurt his eardrums. And of course, when they all fire at one time, it would be like thunder. Boom. There's only one cop over here hiding by the side of this guy's house. That is just, I mean, when you look at what cowards these people are, look at them. They need 28 guys, 28. No pigtails amongst them. Don't see any women in there. Well, how do we know? They're dressed up like ninjas. Hey, coward. Oh my God. This is my next screensaver here. Look at that. Oh man. These coppers. Oh man. Oh my God. Put a 1 in the chat if that looks absolutely ridiculous. This is a scene to be beholden. This could be something from the 1930s or 40s for lynchings. It's not a lance. You're not. It's not a sword. You don't have to go walking towards. You could actually back up over here, maybe get a better shot. Also have better cover than standing right under the window. But look. Douchebags. G.I. Joe. Get your steps in, bro. Make sure you secure the perimeter, bro. Nobody else can do it but you. Keep your eyes peeled. You're the one that will catch the bad guy. The other 10 people around probably won't catch him. You will do it, G.I. Joe. He's got his flashlight on. Look at the ground right over here. Lights on. Lights on. Lights on. I need to have this light on in case I need to go into a dark place and shoot somebody in my G.I. Joe loser costume. I got my gun trained down here at this window in case someone comes up sniping. I was over here a moment ago, but I better get over here. He was over here, and now I better position myself over here and point my gun at this window. Secure! Secure! Left lower window is secured. Everybody secure. I got the left lower window. Oh my God. Oh my God. One second. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it. This will be really funny. It's worth it. This will be really, really, really funny. Let's watch this. Let's make sure that they're going to secure that window over there, lower left side. Still got his gun pointed at the lower left side. Just so nobody is going to worry. I don't want anybody here to worry. I have the Saltomatic is completely loaded, locked and loaded. And if any flies come around, I will blast those flies. I will kill them with my salt gun. Everybody, step up. I got this lower window here in case the 14-year-old kid pops his head up. I will blow his salting head off. What a bunch of tools. These guys are total tools. They really are tools. Why did he leave his post over here where he was protecting that window? Hey, Greg, could you get back there and secure that lower left window? We need a few more Army guys here creeping through people's yards. Can we get a couple more Army guys here, please, to creep through people's yards? That'd be great.
Just the baby.
I figured this was for my mom. My mom's not.
They got her in torture cuffs. They have a mom in torture cuffs. They sure do. They got a mother in torture cuffs who is not the 14-year-old boy who they say they're looking for. That's a woman. Why is she in torture cuffs? Can't you pat her down and go, okay, she has no weapons, stand over here? Why is she in torture cuffs?
We're going to have you sit in the car for the time being, all right?
Going to have you sit in the car for the time being? For what? Why is she detained? Because she lives somewhere in America? This is crazy, people. This could happen to you. These guys are such freaking morons. Do you see them? Are we watching the same thing? Does anybody else look at this and think to yourself, this is the most moronic thing I have ever seen? They're creeping through people's yards. Like, this is assault-o-matic. This is, you can see this, it says bug assault. That's what it's called. So I just gave bug assault a great plug. But if you are an on-camera person or a producer, you can't have a fly flying around. So I'm on guard here. Lower left window secured. No flies are coming through here. No flies are coming through here. Secured lower left window. Like, what kind of douchebags? Really? Okay. Here we go. So they have no visual that the person's there. They're not even sure that's where the 14-year-old boy they're looking for is. They have no idea. They just got an address, and they're just going to the address with over 24 dudes.
Cameras. Police search warrant, come to the door! Police search warrant, come to the door! Dogs. Police search warrant! Coming down the stairs! You're good, man. Come here, put your hands up. Okay. Come to the door. You're good. Just come down to us. Okay. Just come outside. All right.
Put shoes on there.
Is it a permanent bed? Come out. Is it a permanent bed?
Cuffs.
Huh?
Cuffs.
Cuffs. He says cuffs. She just said my baby's in there on a ventilator. That means she's probably breastfeeding. Cuffs.
Permanent bed?
Cuffs.
Huh? Put shoes on there.
Is it a permanent bed? Come out. Is it a permanent bed?
Cuffs.
Huh?
Cuffs.
Cuffs.
Splits up down, Dick. Got the bottom.
Splits up and down. Baby.
Splits up and down. Move up, do that. Moving down. Look up. There's this killer in here trying to kill us, everybody.
First floor.
All right, it's gonna hook left to the kitchen. All right. Yeah, patient, go ahead.
Be very quiet. We're hunting for 14-year-olds.
Kitchen's clear. Moving up.
Any 14-year-old boys in here that we can kill?
I'll go down with you. Gotcha.
Dog, get ready to kill the dog. Oh, now you hear the jackboot thug pig screaming. Police department. You mean the flashbangs, the banging on the door, all that didn't notify when you broke the door down? That didn't notify someone you said police, and you were banging on the door. You don't think everybody in the whole damn neighborhood knows you're there? Now you're in the house and you're still screaming, police.
Police
department, I'm a douchebag.
Ready?
Yep, which one I go?
You good, Jeb?
You good, Jeb? You okay? Are you all right? I'm good. Good, Billy. Cool.
When you guys are commenting.
I'll push forward, Josh.
Yeah, I got him.
I used to.
Pushing forward, looking for a 14-year-old boy to kill.
All right, we're good in there. Looks clear.
Don't use the doorknob. Kick it in, dude. Kick it in.
Clear. All right.
Kick that door in. Oh, that 14-year-old man, he probably has a tank back there. So the guy with the shield would have been outmatched had the boy with the 14-year-old boy pulled out his tank. He's behind the curtain! No! Don't do it, copper! 14-year-old boy's gonna come out! Pew, 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 pew! He's hiding! Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. 14-year-old. He's 14 years old. If he's behind the curtain, he's probably morphed into his vampire self and probably has now a bazooka. He probably wants to kill all the police. Police better be very, very careful. Brace yourselves. No! Okay. These cops. Okay, we're good. We're good now. Where's the baby? We're good. Everybody's good. Still looking for that 14-year-old here somewhere. What is that right there? What is that right there? They blurred out a baby just sitting right there. It's a baby just sitting right there where they threw a flashbang in. See there? See the window over there to the right there? There's where they threw a flashbang in there. Boom, right by the baby. Two of them.
What fuck when I'm with the baby? I'm not gonna be able to move it.
Not gonna be able to move the baby.
Find out what our letter contains. We have to open this surprise egg.
Baby's on that.
Can you help?
Baby's on a vent. Call EMTs. That should be the next line out of his mouth.
Say open. Open. It's a dad.
Why did you let the woman back in to get her baby? I mean, I think at this point, put a 1 in the chat. If at this point they should let the woman back in there to tend to her baby. Put a 1 in the chat if that just makes the most sense. They're looking for a 14-year-old boy. So far, they found a middle-aged woman and a baby. At this point, protocol should be reunite the woman with the baby. Don't leave the baby laying there alone with G.I. Joe losers walking all around the baby, terrifying the baby. In my family, we have a brand new baby. I'm uncle. And the brand new baby, being just a couple months, sometimes it's not going to work. Uncle won't work. She cries. There's nothing we can do about it. So brand new baby needs mommy a lot of times, or daddy. Nothing else will do. Nothing else. So the baby's had the hell scared out of it with the flashbangs, the doors getting knocked off the hinges. This will traumatize that baby for life. That's a fact. Oh, I wasn't sure what. Okay, that's his great big shield here. So where's the part with the baby getting taken out of there back to the mom's arms? I'm waiting for this here. So we're 2 minutes into them discovering the baby laying there wide open on the floor, on the baby holder. We have one too, just like that one.
You said D, and the D came out.
Here comes another guy with his gun. Like, why are people tramping all up and down her house? They know the 14-year-old boy is no longer there. Just get out of her house. You don't belong there. Nothing still. That was a strange. Okay, so that was the end of that. Now we're going to another body cam from the very beginning of the raid, and this guy's body cam is apparently covered by his arm.
Tossing this rebel.
Is that a grenade? Oh, it's a flashbang. Okay, he's got the flashbang grenade. Is that what that is? You gotta be kidding me, dude.
Tossing this rebel.
How did we get here where we allowed cops to do this to us? This is ridiculous. It's just a flashbang should be for someone who's holding children kidnapped and holding them for ransom. A flashbang should be for the worst of human beings where there's probable cause and the victim that they're holding against their will. Flashbang shouldn't be for we think we might have a suspect at this house. Look at that. How did we get here? Oh my God. Ben, ready for this? You did. I almost missed it. Look at his wristband. His wristband says Blue Life. You see his wristband? Look at his black wristband. Blue lives matter. So it's all about their safety. He reminds himself with a band on his wrist that his life is the most important, that his fellow pigs, their lives are the most important, not us, not protect and serve, not duty, honor, integrity. Blue lives matter, that their life, he reminds himself constantly when he puts this wristband on that his life and the cops' lives matter more than our lives. Blue lives matter. He's wearing it on a wrist. Every day he reads the same thing. So now he's got a flashbang. Did he pull the pin on that bad chicken? Yes, he sure did right there.
Police, third floor, come to the door! Police, third floor, come to the door!
What reminds me of strong left, strong left, strong left. Dogs, 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 dogs. Like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that every person there can't hear a dog barking? They all have to call out dogs? Are you freaking kidding me? Look how stupid these people are. Look at their policies, procedures, and protocols. Look how barbaric and inhumane. Look how there's cops stacked one on top of the next with their guns ready to shoot in the windows. They don't take position. They don't take cover. They come like they're just going to blow you down. If they started shooting like that, it's going to make that house Swiss cheese.
Door, come to the door! Police, third floor, come to the door!
Oh, what the hell? What did the guy on this house do? Why'd he you're just shock and awe? You don't even know if they're there. You don't know if your suspect is there. Dude. The destruction of the house. They just they broke the window down there too, and they ripped the curtains out. Not even knowing if anybody there is the person they're looking for. They broke the windows out up there. They broke the windows out up there. They broke the door off the hinges. This is despotism.
Just cover the door.
Boy, good thing you got your guns. I mean, you know, I'm sure that anybody who looks out the window, they can't wait to have a firefight with all these cops. Put a 1 in the chat. I mean, you would just, if you saw 28 cops outside your window, put a 1 in the chat. If you would just go out there with your guns blazing, or put a 2 in the chat if that's the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your life. You would never do it. Never.
Get her back out. Get her back out. Get up that shit. Come here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And there's number 8. There's number 8. There's number 9. There's 9 people. There's the 9th. I can't see. You're blocking.
Go ahead and start kicking downstairs.
Oh my. How did these guys square with the public what they do? There's at least 9, probably 10 G.I. Joe losers going into what looks like a 2 or 3 bedroom house. 2 maybe 2 bedrooms, a 4 bedroom house, maybe at the biggest. It's pretty small. 2 or 3 bedrooms. And they're going in there, 10 guys deep, all dressed up like G.I. Joe loser. And we fund this. This is where your tax dollars go. This is just atrocious. Put a 1 in the chat if this is an embarrassment for our country. You know, I was in if you guys go to my Instagram, page, go here. There's plenty of pigs to fight on my Instagram page. And I can't grow. See that? 13.9 thousand subscribers. Can't grow. It just turned off about 4 days ago. It won't grow. No views, no growth. Organic account, no growth. So anyway, I was reading some of the fight inside of the videos on Instagram because it's just a constant fight. And the question came up, and this guy from the UK said, America, when do you guys take your country back? Like, we've been laughing at you guys for years. You live in a total police state, and your people, instead of rising up, lick their boots. How can a good person see this and think this is justified for a 14-year-old boy who's accused of stealing firearms? This is justified action. And then once they find the woman and the baby, why don't they let them go? Why do you put her in cuffs? Why would you do that to her? You're not looking for her at all. You're not looking for a woman at all. You went to a house and found a person who's living their life and put them in torture cuffs after you knocked the door off their hinges. So now we're, 11, 12 guys deep? Yeah. The guy that threw the flashbang down they all have to go in.
Go down.
They're all living out their, and there's his Blue Lives Matter with the blue stripe on his wrist. They're all living their G.I. Joe loser fantasies out. You got 13, 14 cops in there now. So many cops are in that house, trumping their boots up and down her stairs. If one of those cops fired, it would almost be 100% that he'd hit another cop. The hallway is clogged full of cops. Why? Look at them playing out their G.I. Joe. I'm watching the scene. I'm kind of losing track of the body cam guy that we're watching. The guy that we're watching through his body cam. Is he having a problem right here? Is he having a problem right now? He's having a problem. I guess being G.I. Joe loser is kind of hard.
We're good. Just go to the door. All right, we're good. So.
Okay, so now here's what we're going to do in this scenario. And this guy can't stop with his jostling of this gun. He's just so infatuated.
Open right, you hit left. Yep.
Look at this.
Shield right.
Cheers. Like he's going into Fallujah, baby. Push in. Okay, cool. Now come around the corner. Good. Clear.
We're going to dump it left.
Look at these two guys. Is that a dog down there? I can't tell. Guns up. Guns. It is.
We got one behind. We're saturated. We good. Got one behind. Out.
Each of them playing with their rifles.
Clear as far as I can see.
The dog's not even barking. Everything's so calm and chill. And these guys are acting like they're entering into the lair of terrorists.
All right. On you.
On you, on you, on me. Drop down. 4x4 by 4 by 4 by 4.
Ben, you want to dump in with them? Yeah. Come along. All right. Can you open it? All right, take it. When you open it, drop to a knee.
You open it, drop to a knee. I'll be ready over your head with the fire. Gotcha. Good. We're a team. Good. We're a team.
Good. Looks like a small bathroom. Yeah.
It's a small bathroom. We got 6 guys in the hallway. You're going to have to back out a little bit, guys.
Thanks, so. This bathroom's clear.
This bathroom's clear, everybody.
Basement's clear. Start secondary.
Good. You got to step over me. Can you get around me? I can't. Just. Hey, my name's Tim. I signed up for the police when I was 18 years old. I signed up to the police when I was 18. I had a lisp, and a lot of people made fun of me because I had a lisp, and so I signed up to the police when I was 18. And I knew that if I just put my time in and I just worked really, really hard, that I just did exactly what they told me to do, that I would get a job, maybe possibly be on the SWAT team. Yeah. So I got a job on the SWAT team this year, and now I get to wait people's homes. Yeah, that's right. And everybody said I wouldn't amount to nothing. This is Tim. He's got a wisp. It doesn't mean to have a wisp.
One of these rooms is a dog shit because I can smell it from here. I don't know.
Oh, what did he say?
One of these rooms is a dog shit because I can smell it from here.
One of these rooms is a dog shitting room because I can smell it down here.
I don't know.
Or there's one pile of dog shit and it reeks. And you scared the shit out of the dog by letting out those flashbangs, because all dogs get the shits on the 4th of July. So when you put those flashbangs in the dog's house and it wasn't ready for it, it's probably laying by the baby, you probably freaked that dog out, probably shit everywhere.
I believe though. Go ahead.
There goes Tim. Tim won the police lottery when he became a police officer.
Mark, can you pass that over to your boss over there?
Look at the scene. Look at that. Is that not incredible? Is that not the most baffling thing you've ever seen? We are land of the free and home of the brave. And he's wearing a wristband that says Blue Lives Matter. Land of the free, home of the brave. Blue Lives Matter. Let me dress up like G.I. Joe. Gonna go after this 14-year-old kid. Stole someone's gun. Like, it's just, look at that. This is our country. And we've allowed them to do this. And no politician will stand up to them because the opposition is funded by the military-industrial complex. It's funded by the Fraternal Order of Police. When I run for governor, and I will win, when I win the governorship, the person I'll be running against will be backed by big Fraternal Order of Police money. It'll happen. Did you see me going through that door? Chip, did you see me go through that door? Hey, is your body cam on? Yeah, can I get the body cam, bro, when I breach the door like that? Yeah, bro, I'll get you the body cam. He's got to go back in. Just got to double check one more time. I think there was a baby up here somewhere. What a douchebag. Exactly what I said. Dozens of cops just going in and out of her house, playing G.I. Joe, playing like they're G.I. Joe losers. Look at that, dude. Dude. All right. Okay. This is just, look at that in our streets. This guy hadn't killed anybody, hadn't threatened to kill anybody. They just all want to dress up like G.I. Joe loser. Remember, let's see something here real quick. It's a town of 50,000 people. So it's not a gigantic, huge place. The most common employment sectors for those who live in area are health care and social assistance, manufacturing, and retail trade. So that's the breakdown of Ria, I guess you would call it. I don't know how to say it properly.
Show coming in behind you. Hey, there's a crawl space 1B behind the washer.
So if your neighbors see this, if your neighbors look out the window and they see the scene like this, are you bad? Have you done something wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if this is your house and the cops are like that. If you would think that the neighbors would think something bad about you, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that if this was your house and you had a security camera on your mailbox that was watching your house and you saw this, you would think, oh man, my neighbors are really I'm not really going to be the most popular person in my neighborhood. My kids are probably going to get teased. I mean, pretty much this is going to ruin their reputation in that neighborhood. You know, I was no-knock raided in 2002. Police no-knock raided me and arrested me and charged me with 5 felonies. I beat those charges. Whether I like it or not, there's still a percentage of my friends and family that even if I was exonerated, there's still a percentage of my friends and family who still believe that I did something wrong, that I must have done something illegal or something wrong for the police to no-knock raid my house and arrest me. Whether I like that or not, there's a percentage of my friends and family who believe I did something wrong. This family here, this woman with her baby, there'll always be a small percentage of her friends and family who will believe she was somehow involved with this 14-year-old boy. Maybe she was friends with him, or she was harboring him, or maybe she had some sort of relationship with him as a mentor, a friend even. No matter what she does, she'll never shake the stigmatism of these jackboot thug pigs kicking down her door and dozens of pigs and then ruining her windows, knocking out the windows of her house.
clear. First floor is clear. Go ahead and do secondary.
I mean, in all seriousness, just so you guys know, I was raised in Alaska, shooting guns, hunting and fishing. If you're in a house with 12 people, and you hear gunshot, get a shield, ball up, hide. You have no idea where that gun bullet is going to go. You have no idea who's shooting, which direction they're shooting in. If you're in a house with a dozen people and you hear a gunshot, take cover. But it's almost guaranteed that one of these pigs would get shot if anybody shot a gun in that house. There's so many pigs in that house.
Second floor basement's being worked right now. You guys need any more? You good? Good up here.
I don't know what's in here, but it's a good thing he has this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's not quite G.I. Joe'd up enough. I don't know what this is, but good thing he has this.
It's got to be 1-4 behind it. Yeah, go ahead. All good. Secondary is clear. First floor, secondary is complete. Cars are clear. They on secondaries? Yes.
What the hell? What the hell is this? Really? What the hell are we even looking at? What is that? What the hell is this in the United States of America? We don't want this. We don't need this. You jackboot thug pigs have taken it way too far. This is ridiculous. There are no Mexican drug cartels setting up bunkers in America to take on the cops. Instead, you guys are building Cop City in Atlanta. This is totally preposterous. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't happen. This should not be our country. Land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the fee, home of the enslaved. Underneath the boot of these jackboot thug pigs. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Put a 1 in the chat if it's absolutely disgusting. If you're watching this and this is a short, put a 1 in the chat if this is absolutely disgusting. This is not what we're supposed to be about in this country. But they've criminalized chemicals and they've criminalized guns. And when they did that, you don't have any freedom. They criminalized all chemicals and half of America does some kind of chemical. 50% of our country does some kind of chemical. 50% daily, every single day. Do you know why I come live? Do you know why I go live 6-7 days a week? Do you know why I go live so much? Because I can. And every day, a crackhead is going to get their hit of crack. Every day, when I go out in the streets of Las Vegas or Los Angeles, I see the crackheads milling around. And every day, that crackhead is going to get their hit of crack. But yet, we have 90% of our country that are upright, go to work, have a job, live in their lives, but we can't get together to unite against this jackboot thug pig organization. This has got to change. This cannot stand. An absolute embarrassment. Our country's an embarrassment with this kind of shit. It really is. Look at this loser. You're such a douchebag, bro. You are such a douchebag, dude. I hope you see this. You are such a douche, dude. Here comes another one. You are such a douchebag, bro. And this guy's not in shape enough to be a paratrooper, but he gets to dress up like G.I. Joe loser once in a while with three dozen other dudes. He's struggling to get around here. Hasn't been training. All that gear is weighing him down. Look at this thing on his. Look at. Look at that. What? I'll tell you what. He might get me, but he ain't getting my Johnson. I'll tell you that right now. You shoot me here, bing, 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 bing. It bounces right off. You ain't shooting me in my ding-a-ling. I got my protection right there. You ain't gonna do it. You can shoot me in my ding-a-ling, but I'm wearing ding-a-ling protection right over the top of my ding-a-ling. My daddy died by getting shot in the ding-a-ling. Ain't gonna happen around here. Not this time. You ain't shooting me in my ding-a-ling. You hear me, partner? It ain't gonna happen. Oh yeah, ding-a-ling protection full force. Nothing's gonna happen to my ding-a-ling. Nothing, baby. Ring-a-ling-a-ding-a-ding-ding. Not here though, partner. Nothing with mine either. Okay, there. Billy's got his and I got mine.
Go ahead.
Well, there goes Timothy. Timothy with his lift, but he's now a DIO guy. He joined up to the police force, and he has now become a police officer. He's the guy that carries the gun. He gets to carry a gun. You see this, Mom? Mom, did someone get a picture of this so I can send it to my mom?
Copy. I'm showing secondary complete.
Oh no! Oh, probably gonna get his pecker shot off. No ding-a-ling protection. No ding-a-ling protection. Probably gonna get your pecker shot off, bro.
Copy. Marcus, can you pass that word?
He's got that syndrome. No acetol.
To your boss over there. Did I hear baby on a vent?
Did I hear baby on a vent? Yeah, bro, you're a part of that. You're a part of it, dude. And you don't get a pass. If you signed up to be a jackboot thug pig, January 9th was National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. January 17th, 2024 is FU Law Enforcement Day. For you being a jackboot thug pig that you are. You joined this. You're a part of this. You don't get a pass, bro. You're a jackboot thug pig. You do the same thing to people that these pigs do. You don't get a pass from me, bro. I see right through you, demon. I see right through you. Let me give it a Jimmy Swaggart kind of thing. I see right through you, demon. I see right through you. I tell you that. How could this guy think he's a good guy? Sits around eating ding dongs and ho-hos, doesn't do a shred of working out one bit, and then puts on his G.I. Joe loser stuff, ready to kill a 14-year-old kid.
I didn't hear that.
I mean, the guy has no muscle tone in his body anywhere. His pants are falling off because he ain't got no slopes on his booty because he does no stair stepper, no sprints, no nothing.
He said he can't move enough.
Hard to get up the stairs.
Yeah.
Look at him sticking there. Watch this guy with his hands, sticking his dirty pig fingers all over her house. Watch his hands. There's grabbing with your pig fingers.
Yeah.
Not touching right there with your pig fingers. Your piggish little hands out of my house.
Copy. Give me a security detail.
There's our boys. There's the boys. What should we do, Sarge? Just mill around out front. Let the public know that we come in with full, like, dozens of guys here. Just hang around out front. Go closer to the sidewalk so that the neighborhood can really see you.
And we got equipment back up.
You see this number he's got right there? It says magazine. In case he needs more magazines, he has another number. That's 323 right there. That's magazine 323 right there. Oh, did they pull the van up? Good thing they got the tactical van. They got their Sprinter van. That's where all their dudes were. They filled the black van. Man, dude, think about it just for a second. Living out your G.I. Joe jerk off fantasy. When you go to work today, there's a warrant for a 14-year-old kid stole firearms. You're probably going to get to kill him. And when you get there, you go out back after putting on all your G.I. Joe loser costume. There is a black Sprinter van. Yeah. Dun 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 black van. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun! Don't you move! Don't move! Some guys, when they came out the back dressed up like G.I. Joe loser, when they saw the black van with the black windows on it, a little bit in their pants, little bit. Black Sprint. Oh, it's rolling up slow too, so that means there's someone driving and they're like co-oply, like we're sneaking up on this house. Rolling slow, rolling so boom! There goes the flashbang. There goes the. Watch here. Boom! They know we're here now, man. Boom! And they let off one down that that driveway too to really disorient and scare people. Man, this guy better get your gun up. Does he have his gun out right here? This guy on the left in the back. Get your gun up, bro. Get your gun up. Oh, he's in the street. This guy's all the way in the street. Okay. He's out in the street, making sure everybody's safe from back there. Well, they better block that out. They better block her out. Not like she's not going to be on every network TV channel there is in the country saying how the pigs raided my house and flashbanged my baby. Block her out, though. They're protecting her. Don't you know that? They're protecting her. This is for her. They're protecting the innocent. They got her in torture cuffs. So why are they putting her in torture cuffs?
My baby's in the elevator.
How old?
Oh, I can't wait till we get the body cam footage with the mother.
Is somebody in trouble? Okay.
This is it.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, I'm not going to see that storm water.
Any knives or anything, hon?
My aunt, so this is not
So that's her aunt and uncle's house that they destroyed, broke all the windows out and bashed the door down. Her aunt and uncle are letting her stay there. Okay, she's you got her waist, you got her back, you got her front, you got her legs.
Can I check your pockets, hon?
Check her pockets for what? You're just feeling for a gun or a knife, and she doesn't have any of those. Why do you have to go inside of her pockets? For what reason? She's not the subject. She's not the perpetrator. She's not the target. Why are you going in her pockets?
Other than the baby, anybody else in there?
The dog.
The dog?
Yes.
Who's the homeless?
You can call her on my phone. She's at work.
The aunt and uncle. Why do you got to call the homeowner? Why don't you leave them alone?
Yeah, I'm just here visiting from hospital. I haven't been here in 5 years. I'm terrified. Oh.
Okay.
You could grab my shoes from the front door. There's a lot more.
She doesn't have any shoes in Ohio. And this is October 1st? Her feet are freezing.
Do you want me to favor just hold her phone?
Go ahead.
Hold her phone?
Yeah, I can give you my password if you want to call it. We'll get it.
No, 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 no. You do not. You do not give her your password. You don't do that. These are all driver cards. Here's the non-driver card. It's right there. You use your Fifth Amendment cop card. It should be in your wallet or in your phone. My phone has it, so everything's in the side. If you open up mine right now, let me show you my credit card numbers. But every time right here within all my cards is my Fifth Amendment cop card. Right there. I have it right there. You always have that fifth. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a Fifth Amendment cop card in your wallet. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold in your visor. You have to have one of these in your visor. You have to have a cop card in your wallet. This is how you protect yourself from the cops. Each one's a step-by-step tutorial. 1 through 6, 4 through 6 on this side, 1 through 6 on the other. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We all have to have it. I dramatically lowered all the prices on all of my products so that people could afford my products. And if you can't afford it, I'll email you a copy of it so that you can at least print one out yourself. But you don't give the cops your password. You plead the Fifth Amendment immediately. Immediately.
Go ahead. Yeah, I can give you my password if you want.
That jackboot thug pig figures she's a mastermind. You better get her phone. We got 3 dozen pigs here, but get her phone in case she calls in the cavalry.
We'll get it.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We first have to destroy your house further. Your aunt and uncle's house.
His respiratory therapist might call. He's in there desat and breathing. So I was fooling with his ventilator when you guys started talking. They also have a ring board now. Never. I've never been involved with calls before at all. But I have to say calm because I have a baby on a ventilator.
Fair enough.
I almost started screaming and running. I don't know.
I have to stay calm. I have a baby on a ventilator. That's where her priority is. God bless her. I hope she has a GoFundMe.
I know, like, you can't run. This is my first time in handcuffs, Steve.
Wow. This is her first time in torture cuffs, and she doesn't deserve it. She was just at home minding her own business. She's not even from there. She hasn't been there in 5 years, she said.
How are you related to the homeowner?
My aunt. My mom's sister.
Is anybody in town going to be showing up in the next hour or so?
I don't know what time they get off, but they'll all be home today. So, like, my aunt and uncle, this is their house.
What's their
Also,
names?
there's another.
Are those the Jennings?
Yeah, Rita Jennings, Coke Jennings. They have a son named Peyton who lives in the home. They have another son named.
Take her out of the torture cuffs, dude. You know she's a mother. You know she has no weapons. She can't outrun you. She said she has a baby on a ventilator. Take her out of the torture cuffs. It's preposterous that she's in torture cuffs.
Yeah, if they want to put her in a car, it might not be a bad idea. And my mom.
You're going to put her in a car. Why? Take her out of the torture cuffs and give her her baby.
Here, my mom and sister got out of rehab.
What's your mom's name?
Lizzie Spitch, I don't know her. Lizzie Justice is her legal name. She has got Allie Spencer, Allie Riley. But I figured this was for my mom. My mom's not a good person.
My mom's not a good person, she said.
Mom's not a good person.
This is what she said. So, number 1, take her out of the torture cuffs. But then, number 2, read the 4 agreements. Read the 4 agreements. And we all have people and things and family in our life who have disappointed us. However, according to the 4 agreements, don't talk bad about your own kind. Don't talk bad about your own people. There are people in my family, there are people in your family that you no longer will associate with or talk to for a myriad of reasons. Even still, when someone comes to me and says, hey, tell me about your so-and-so family member, I go, I got nothing to say. There's nothing for me to say about somebody who I don't, communicate with. I don't like that family member. I won't associate with that family member. But according to the 4 agreements, don't bash your own people. Don't bash your own tribe.
we're gonna bring up a car. We're gonna have you sit in the car for the time being. All right.
Yeah, downstairs, dogs locked in.
Let me check, see if they double lock these.
Now you're going to check to see if the mom's cuffs are double locked. Why don't you just take them off of her? Why does she have to be in torture cuffs? I don't get it. She was at the address that we got on a notice to raid that house. You clearly see the baby in the freaking baby holder.
And the thing is, we may have, once we clear that, we're going to probably make want to go back into this. Maybe we can have Does he need an ambulance now?
Yeah, my car's stuck up there behind their car because their car is dead.
Does that baby having respiratory issues?
Yeah, you can look at his belly if you want.
She's sitting there talking about her baby's condition as the other pig is working on her torture devices. Listen to what she's saying here. As this woman is working, take her out of the freaking cuffs, dude. This is why they're earning the hate. This is why I hate these jackboot thug pigs.
Yeah, you can look at his belly if you want.
Look at his belly. Her baby, they've already confirmed the baby's in there.
Do me a favor. Hey, is that place secure yet? Yeah. Okay. Do me a favor, take the cuffs off her.
Oh man. We got a wiener in the room. Oh my goodness. It dawns on me. Hey, is that place secure yet? Yeah, it's been secure, dude. From the time they went in. They found out less than 60 seconds later because a dozen pigs went in there, went to every corner in that house. The place is secured. Now Einstein says, you can take the cuffs off her now. Like the stupidest, dumbest, lowest, knuckle-dragging people only sign up to be pigs. You have to be a real loser to sign up to be a pig. You have to have no other skills, can't make money any other way. You've burned your bridges in every other job you've done. You can't learn a new trade. You're helpless. What you can do is you can follow orders and be willing to hurt people. And then you can sign up to be a pig. Just. And listen how stupid he sounds when he says it.
Is that place secure yet? Yeah. Okay. Do me a favor, take the cuffs off her and let's call life care.
Everybody, welcome Tom Miller, new to Team DLZ. Welcome, Tom. Thanks for coming by, brother. Appreciate you.
Okay. So she's been on the handcuff. You can walk with me. They have that clear. We'll go down. And we'll have life care. So is that what you're... I know they can. Okay. I know.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't want no fun in it.
Okay. So let me walk. Joe, would you come?
Yeah.
Coming in right now.
Give her phone back, you frickin' pig. She's not involved in any conspiracy. It's not used in the commission of a crime. Okay? That phone has to be used in the commission of a crime for them to confiscate it. I know this because of Ohio and what I went through in Ohio. It's not contraband. So you don't have a right to take it. I really hope this woman gets a GoFundMe and she has some proper tutoring and is able to sue these pigs. I loved her line where he said, "Man, you're really calm. If you've never been through this before," she said, "I have to be calm. I have a baby on a ventilator." Look at all those people. So the guy you're following right here, this cop, biggest douchebag ever. In high school, he was nominated most likely to turn into the biggest douchebag in America. They have to follow her to put on her socks and shoes. This is what I'm talking about. They're not looking for her. She's not under detention. She doesn't need a cop to follow her to put her socks and shoes on. They already went through the house. They would have grabbed any obvious weapons. This is just preposterous garbage. Look what they're doing. She's not who they're looking for. The person they're looking for isn't there. She's been totally forthcoming. The baby is on the baby holder. It's proven the baby's on a ventilator. They've said it. It's on a ventilator. Why are you following her around to get her socks and shoes? This is the organization that we've allowed to be created, that they're afraid of everybody and everything, and that the new mother of an infant is actually a homicidal killer, is probably going to go into her diaper drawer, pull out her 38 special, and start capping cops. It's just so stupid. It's an embarrassment. Look, he's still... Leave her alone.
Yeah, it's
Wow. Did they knock the windows out of that bedroom too? They knocked the windows out of at least 3 bedrooms that I know of.
There's a Nick, there's a Peyton, there's a Jordan, there's a Marlon, a Rita.
And now he's just sitting there siphoning information off her about her family.
Why don't you come,
My mom's speaking to a kid.
here, come here real quick and let's tend to your kid first. I know. Here, come here real quick and let's tend to your kid first. I know.
She's traumatized. She thinks she has to do and go wherever the cops say.
Are you able to open my phone and see what you should do for the next step on the video?
Why can't she get into her own phone?
It's going to be under Adam's line.
Why does she, this is what I'm talking about. These jackboot thug pigs want total dominion over everything, over your code on your phone, over your fingers, over your hair, over if you flex up or not, whether or not you resist if someone grabs your wrist. Don't you resist me. It's just so preposterous. It's so ridiculous. Now she can't even check her phone. Why can't she? Why can't she check her own phone? Why can't she check her own phone? Why does she have to give the pig her password to check her phone? They're not looking for her. She's not on the list. And the person they're looking for is not there. Why can't she check her own phone? Because the pigs want dominion over everything and everybody. Why do you think it says number 4 on the cop card? Cop demands ID. You can say, I plead the 5th. I identify as good citizen. Citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. That's why the number 4 is on there. So that you don't have to break yourself for a pig. And if you have this card, if you show the camera, you show the card, and that jackboot thug pig torture cuffs you and takes your ID anyway, you can sue him. Because you showed him that you're not going to give ID without probable cause. He took it anyway. And he torture cuffed you. I can't stand these guys. I can't stand them. Why does she have to give that pig her password?
You said Adam? Is it a message?
Yeah, on text.
He said if you could send me a short video of like 30 seconds of his breathing. That's what
Okay, do you want to take the video just of his belly?
What?
Or we can scroll down.
What?
Wait a minute.
What's that?
Who's Adam?
He's our respiratory therapist.
Is a respiratory therapist?
Yeah.
Are you stupid, lady? Obviously, you dumb shit.
Here, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. Or could you just FaceTime me?
No, and if you want to give her her phone
Or you could just give her God-blessed phone. How about that?
real quick, and then if she
I'll
wants
just
to do that-
FaceTime him.
Oh, is that amazing? Give the woman her phone whose baby is on a fibrillator. How about that? How about you give the lady her God-blessed phone? How about you stop being that jackboot thug pig just for a second and get your humanity back? Take that demon off and go back to being a human. Morph back to human. If you can, you devil demon. Jackboot Thug Pig. Put that in the comment section, please. JBTP. Jackboot Thug Pig. That truly defines these people. They are evil. They are devils. Did you see her? She was going to go take the video of that woman's baby. That's how much control she leveled in her mind that she should do. Watch it again. Watch it again real quick, okay? Just real quick.
Take the video just of this belly.
So now she says, because this woman is completely terrified of these cops, she's completely broken herself. She was quiet as a field mouse when they came in, and then she just wanted to get to the baby. And now the medical professional on text message is communicating with her what to do about the baby that's on a defibrillator. And she says,
video of like 30 seconds of his breathing.
Okay, do you want to take the video just of this belly?
She opens up the video button. Look, she opened up to take a video. She was going to take a video of the woman's baby. Look, she's adjusting to make a video of the baby.
Wait a minute.
What's that?
Who's Adam?
He's Adam.
And then she thinks to herself, you know, maybe I should just give this lady her phone. Like, maybe I should just step out of the way here. You know, she has to recertify that it's a medical professional. Obviously, if he's saying, send me a 30-second clip.
Yeah, take care of what you're going to do. Yeah.
Okay. Or could you just
She's still considering it.
No, if you want to give her phone real quick. And
then he's got to tell her. This has been the only pig who had any sense to begin with. He's the only one who's had any reason at all.
I'll just FaceTime him. I'm just going to tell him what happened.
For how?
Just call. Can you call him?
And there's still cops just trooping through her house everywhere.
Okay, call him.
It's her aunt and uncle's house. She's just there visiting.
Does he typically do that behavior when he's...
Yeah. It's where he's in the hospital for a year. He just got out. And we're like...
Oh, so it's a year-old baby.
A lot was always there.
So she's just trying to get her... Oh, it's 17 months. The baby's 17 months old.
He's busy, so if you want...
Who's this guy? Just some guy in a hoodie? Just...
He's busy, so if you want, we can just go to...
Why are all these pigs still trooping through her house? There's another pig.
We'll just get a dozen in there for you.
He's taking a picture.
Yeah, just go ahead.
He's taking videos of her house.
Do what you usually do with a child. Okay. But
We usually kidnap the baby and call DFYS.
you usually do with a child. Okay. But
thank you guys.
But,
I really
but him
appreciate
being
it.
like
I know
that,
you're-
that's
What did she just say?
okay. But
Thank you guys. I
but,
really
but him
appreciate
being
it.
like
I know
that,
you're-
Oh, no. No. Don't thank them. Those are the jackboot thug pig tyrants of our society. Don't say that you appreciate them when you don't. None of that would have happened to you, honey, if those pigs didn't show up there and behave like jackboot thug pigs. Don't say, no. Don't thank cops. Don't say hello. Don't say goodbye. Hello is for suckers. Thank you. Have a nice day to pigs is for suckers. I don't say hello. I don't say goodbye. There's no point. There's no point. You'll be hard pressed to find very many people where you're hard pressed to find very many videos where you'll hear me saying hello or goodbye to pigs. Unless I'm chastising that pig. Unless I'm fuck off.
that's normal to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the breathing isn't normal, but like he's okay.
Okay. All right. That's all I want to know. I just want to make sure he's good.
Don't make any statements like that to pigs. You have no idea if he's okay. You don't know if his eardrums are blowed out. You have no idea. Don't make statements to pigs. That's why you plead the fifth and you don't say anything. Because when she sues this pig, he's going to go to court and say, she told me the baby was just fine.
Make sure it's not pant.
No, I don't know what y'all shot that thing or something. I thought I was going to shot. I'm still shaking. No, it's okay. I know you got to do
She
what
said she's still shaking.
you got to do. You don't know what you're going into.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop the cap. Don't say this to pigs. Don't say this kind of stuff to pigs. This is such crap.
No, it's okay. I know you got to do what you got to do. You don't know what you're going into.
I know you got to do what you got to do. No, no, no. You got to do what you got to do? No. That is not what they got to do. There was no visual confirmation that suspect was there. They just came up with 36 pigs, 28 men, and a pigtail. No, you don't understand. They got to do what they got to do. No. Flashbangs in homes should be banned. Flashbangs are for when we can confirm that the kidnapper has 6 children in there. Then we use flashbangs in dogs. But unless we have a visual drone confirmation that the children are in the house, that the psycho has kidnapped, he's got the shotgun to their heads, then you use flashbangs and dogs. I understand that. We don't live in a perfect world. You don't go up to a house with 24 pigs, throw flashbangs through the window, and then say, whoops, sorry about that. Well, I guess he wasn't here. And then she says, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. No! Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them Sam I am. I do not like these cops in a box. I do not like these cops with a fox. I do not respect cops in this land. I do not respect the policies, procedures, and protocols of these jackboot thug pigs. And I don't understand those policies, procedures, and protocols after they flashbang my baby. She's going through PTSD. She's been programmed through the television programming that cops are good. If you're in this chat right now, there's 350 people here. Your job is to convert your Kevin or Karen, best friend, cousin, sister, brother, mother. Your job is to convert the Karens and show them the videos of the cops flashbanging babies. That's your job. We have to win them over. There's more of them than there is of us. If this channel was called Delete Auditors, I would have 10 million subscribers. They're working against us. Your Karen, Kevin, aunt, or uncle, you have to turn. You got to turn that Kevin or Karen, aunt, or uncle. You have to turn them. You have to continue to pepper them with police videos of them raping, killing, murdering, flashbanging babies. You have to keep on doing it. That's your assignment. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to turn the Kevin or Karen in your life into an activist against police. That's your mission. That's your mission. Drop it in the comment section. JBTP, jackboot, thug, pig. JBTP. Here's the giveaway for the day. If you guys go to the website and you get a trifold, I will give you a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. Both the driver and the non-driver cop card. I will give you both the driver and the non-driver cop card, which are like a credit card. If you go to the website, deletelaws.com, and you get a trifold, one, I think they're $20, I'll give you the Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. It's right now $147 on the 17th of January. So for the next, I guess, 6 hours, 8 hours until midnight tonight, I'll give you this. Buy a trifold, get a set of cop cards for free. That's the deal I'll do for today. Go to deletelaws.com with a Z. And this will give me a chance to let my blood pressure come down from those jackboot thug pigs. You know, listen, every time you involve yourself with cops, you plead the Fifth Amendment. I plead the Fifth Amendment. Don't ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going, where I've been. If I've been drinking, if I have a gun, I'll take no tests. Everything I have to provide by law is in the slip below. You give that jackboot thug pig all the stuff you need if you're driving. It's just so infuriating hearing her cop suck.
No, I don't know what y'all shot that thing or something. I thought I was going to get shot.
She thought she was going to get shot.
I'm still thinking, no, it's okay.
I'm
I know you
sorry.
gotta do what you gotta do. You don't know what you're going into.
Oh, she knows. She understands.
I'm from Pottsville, Kentucky. 7 hours.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My accent.
Just your accent.
So this is kind of like the other side of my family too. That's why I'm never like this.
So ridiculous. So horrible.
You got coming in once we get this thing going. You can just sit there and be still. Okay.
You might lose Remy down here. Remy Lee asked what if you're on probation? You may lose your Fourth Amendment right and they can search you regardless. That doesn't mean you lose your Fifth Amendment right. You can still plead the Fifth Amendment and not answer their questions.
So the little one, she's giving it like a, what would you call it, breathing treatment?
No, I'm just waiting on my ambulance.
All right, these guys are medics. Okay.
So what it is recently, okay, here's one.
These guys are medics. What a load of shit.
At 26 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So let's see if they actually do any sort of medic examination.
Yeah.
She's sitting there telling these pigs who don't give a shit about her or her baby, all the baby's medical history. None of them care at all whatsoever.
It's usually not on oxygen. Right now I just have that down on oxygen. I don't have any traveling oxygen. He recently had rhinovirus 3 times in 2 months and bronchitis. We both got, I'm pretty sure we have rhinovirus again because we got, I felt like the same exact home to me when we were up here. And then he had fever, so after 4 days, I was able to feed right home, get him down. One got up to 105, the first one. So I was able to get it down with a double dose of Tylenol and medicine. Fever still went away, and now it's just his belly. He was contracting harder.
Okay.
The RPM between the best rate up to 16, and that's getting better.
Okay.
But he hasn't seen a doctor or anything, so
They don't care. They don't care.
Squad called.
yeah, because my car's locked in, and I don't have his car seat. It's in our rental car.
Acting normal for movement. What's going on right
Yeah,
now?
everything's normal. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Color and all that.
It's just the breathing is something's up with the breathing.
These are the people who care, dressed up like G.I. Joe loser.
A little harder than normal.
Yeah.
For breathing. Okay. How old?
17 months old, should be 1
He's
yeah.
dressed up like a real doctor, isn't he? He's got his mask on. Looks like a total jackboot thug pig.
Should be 1 in a month.
Okay. All right. Hey, Ray, one of the bags have yours in it.
Okay. That's their medical examination. We asked the mother about his condition. Okay.
Or if not, my backpack bag is in the white bag.
These 2 guys are medics, and then there they go again. Such a joke.
Yeah.
What? They killed the sound for us here?
I really
Come
don't know
on.
anyone they talk to, though. No. I know, like, the family.
How long have you been staying here?
I've only been here a few days. We just came for Christmas, and then we just stayed an extra week and stuff. We're supposed to leave today, but then he got sick.
Who's that in the picture?
So that is Rita. And
Dude, do not sit there and tell them who your family and your friends are. They're trying to find a reason to, or they're trying to find a reason to charge you with crimes. They're trying to find a reason that they can arrest your people. You don't tell them anything about your friends or family, nothing.
So there's also a picture frame here.
I mean, what are you talking about, honey? Give me your DNA, your social security number. For the love of God, don't talk to these pigs. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Why do you think I have a Fifth Amendment cop card, driver and non-driver? Why do you think I have a trifold that starts off with the backs, know the law, know your rights? Biggest square on it is I plead the Fifth Amendment. Fifth Amendment cop card, Fifth Amendment on the trifold. Are you starting to get a theme here? Fifth Amendment on the trifold, Fifth Amendment on the cop card, driver, Fifth Amendment on the cop card, non-driver. Both of them, number one, start off with filming, state I invoke my First Amendment right. Number two, I plead the Fifth Amendment. Number one, I invoke 1A, number one. Number two, I invoke the Fifth Amendment. Number two, while filming, I invoke the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Why do you think that is? You have these yellow and black cards in your wallet for the few times a year the cops are going to force themselves into your life. And then you follow that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tutorial. You follow the tutorial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AK audits. What's going on, Playboy? Glad you're here, man. I'm from Alaska, so I love anything Alaska.
What? Yeah. Oh, he's the Coca-Cola guy.
Yeah. See, that's really. I don't see any other pictures.
Can you identify anybody else in here? We're going to see if we can get some sort of warrant on them.
I was gonna say I can point out everybody on
He's got the murder gloves on.
that wants to change it.
So is this
Good thing he's got that helmet on with the thing right there, man. Good thing he's all done up like this, right? This guy's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
her house then? So is
This
that your
is their
aunt?
house. This is Dumpty's house. Rita and Lauren Jennings.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just I call him Dumpty.
Okay.
And then my mom and sister stay in that room. Me and him sleeping in here on the couch.
Why you God, shut up.
And then Coachford is the one directly under us. Right?
Shut up.
And then Peyton is that other big.
Shut up.
That's their son. He works with.
Shut up. Look at this pig with his outfit on, peering over, looking at the baby. Like, you're the problem, dude. You're literally, you being there right now in that room is the reason why there's a problem.
This is actually their keys too. I need to take them.
How about get out? Get out of the house. You know he's not there. You got the wrong place. Leave. But yet they all hang around. And these two guys must be the detectives because they're wearing jeans and t-shirts. They're the smartest detectives, right? The kid's not there. They went with the whole SWAT team for 14-year-old kid. They're real smart guys. Oh, you got to get that. Oh, man. Oh, dude. No, bro, stay in your G.I. Joe loser costume.
That's one, right?
That's so cool that we watch in person. Scary but cool.
What's that?
Huh? Like SWAT.
Oh.
I've seen videos of it on YouTube. Like that's what we sit and watch and like eat stuff and my boyfriend.
What'd she just say?
Scary but cool. That's so cool that we watch in person.
That's so cool.
Scary but cool.
Scary but cool.
What's that?
Huh? Like SWAT.
Oh.
SWAT?
I've seen videos of it on YouTube. Like that's
Seen video of SWAT on YouTube?
what we sit and watch and like eat stuff and my boyfriend.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either, buddy.
Oh. Hey, Lucy, it's okay.
Okay, so I don't. He's checking his heart rate, checking his heartbeat.
Good and clear.
Good and clear? Good and clear, huh?
Yeah, not fun for you.
What do you guys think? Like, this is the contract. This man, like, he's sat and fine, but he's contracting hard.
If you feel like he's breathing harder than he normally
Well,
does, you would know him better than we would.
I just don't
if
understand
he's
the
belly
part, like-
breathing and he's working, like actually trying to draw.
I just
I
understand,
mean-
like, how he's contracting hard, but I'm like, I don't understand that part.
Yeah, well, kids do compensate very, very well.
For chemical dust in their lungs and throat from a flashbang grenade by their crib. They adjust really well to that.
So, just to be safe, I would recommend him getting checked out.
Yeah.
And get them out of that room that's full of the chemical odor of the flashbang grenade.
I know.
Oh, right. Yeah, it wasn't calling me out. Wasn't Ralph.
Okay.
So, when they do get therapy, she's able to control everything.
That's a part.
Do me a favor, give it a mule kick.
Yeah, that made it worse.
There's another door too if you have to use it on the side.
What the hell?
We're good. You're great.
I have to turn the machine on this one.
Oh, that's okay.
Please don't be this sheeple of a person. I feel bad for her and her baby. You know that I do. Disrespect these pigs. Disrespect them. Disrespect them openly. I will sometimes walk up to a pig and let him know that he's a demon, that you joined evil, and that you're part of the evil. You become an evil person because you put on that badge and that uniform. I just walk up to him and just let him know. Especially in courthouses when I can't, and there's no camera, I don't have a camera running. I'll just walk up to him and say, "You signed up to be a cop, huh? You signed up to be a demon, did you?" And then I just walk away. I want them to understand that the general public hates them, that most of us hate them. I want them to know it. And I hate them too. The entire organization I hate. And that doesn't mean that I wish them death or the individual person. I hate them, but that person is a demon. That person is a devil. That person is against you, against your freedom, against your liberty. That person has a goal to arrest you and try to keep themselves looking like they did nothing wrong. Their goal when they pull you over is to arrest you. Their goal when they interact with you is to find a reason to arrest you. They believe that their job is to give you a ticket. Their job is to punish you. Their job is to be your daddy, to have complete and utter dominion over you. And for that reason, I have chosen to be very disrespectful to these people. I've chosen that. You don't have to agree with me. If you're going to get pulled over, you will be pulled over. You will be pulled over. Put a 1 in the chat if you will be pulled over. If you know that you're going to be pulled over. You can be as polite as apple pie. Respectfully, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Please don't question me without my attorney present, officer. You can do it that way. Cop says, "I want to search your car." What would I say? "Filthy pig wants to search my car." Okay, filthy pig. I'll let you search my car. You don't have to do it that way. Cop says, "Hey, I want to search your car." You can say, "Sure, I'll grant you permission to search my car." You say to the camera. There you go. As soon as he puts his little pig hand is in there, you then say, "I revoke consent." You know the cop's going to search your car. If I can give consent, I revoke consent. I revoke consent out loud, according to my trifold. Thank you, officer. I hope you have a wonderful day. The way I would say it is I hope you burn in hell. Get the fuck away from my car. Take you and your candy ass and take it back to your precinct and go work on your officer safety mantra. That's how I would say it. You can say it nicer. You can say, "Well, I think you guys are jackboot thug pigs and swine. I won't tell you to your face that I think you're a jackboot thug pig swine ball." You could do it like that if you wanted to. But I watch enough videos of these pigs and their behavior that I've lost all respect for people who sign up to be a pig. I've lost all respect. It's gone. I wish it was there. Now, I'm not a demon, so I don't wish people death. I'm not a demon, so I don't wish people ill will. I really hope that something happens to that pig on that cop police force, that he then sees the light, retires, gets out of that shit, and joins the side of good against these pigs. That's what I really hope. That's the respirator. You know, good thing he checked the heartbeat of that baby. Sounds good. All good. Okay.
Oh yeah. It kind of makes me wish we were back in the hospital just so we were secluded and.
I wish we were back in the hospital so we were secluded, away from you. That's what that means.
Oh, yes. The blue one.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah. He was the person here.
Okay.
So we just want to stay with her for the time period.
Yeah. Is she good to go with life here? Or you need her to stay here?
Her?
Yeah.
Yeah, just idea. Just get a date of birth.
I don't have my ID.
Yeah.
Okay, I can give you everything.
You want to keep her phone or are we giving her a phone?
No, she doesn't fit it.
I will say.
She will what? What was she saying? They muted it? I sure do wish they would not do that and we could just hear what they're saying. That'd be great. I don't know why they do this. It drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy.
What's your name?
To just, you see this guy over here in the background, right? This guy's like 6 foot tall. Just remember, this guy's a total loser. He's a total loser. He couldn't even get a job being a basketball coach. He couldn't even get a job doing anything. This is the only thing he can do, along with this pig who's dressed up like a ninja, along with this pig who's looking at the camera over here. This pig right here, you may think, oh, it's a tall, good man right there. That guy's useless. He's useless as tits on a boar. He is useless. Can't do anything. Doesn't have any skills. Can't be a woodworker, can't be a fisherman, can't be a guide, can't work in recreation, can't be a counselor, can't be a medic, can't be a firefighter. He's useless. This guy's useless. I just want you to know that. That's who signs up to be a pig. You can't do anything else, so you're more than willing to go on camera being a despotistic jackboot thug pig. That's what he's willing to do for money. Because these guys make like 10 grand a month. They can't make 10 grand a month. They can't make it. They have to be a parasite. I just want you to know that. So you see this guy like, oh, this is good. No, dude. Any guy that tells you they're a pig is a pig. Don't let them fool you.
Courtney Cross.
I spell Courtney.
Courtney.
Last name.
Cross, Crice.
What's your date of birth?
98.
And your social?
She's given him their social. She's given their social security number. I'm rooting for her, but it's tough. It's tough.
So you say you just been staying here?
Why would you tell them? Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't care if the cops raid your house or not. I don't care where the pigs are. When you get a pig, pulls out a pen and a pad and starts going, hey, can you tell me this? Can you tell me that? You just give them the bird. Read between the lines. The answer's no. Sit and spin. When you get to the knuckle, the ride's over. Forget it. I'm not telling you shit. Nothing. I plead the Fifth Amendment. Don't question me another question without my attorney here, or you lose your qualified immunity. You jackboot thug pigtail. Don't tell them a damn thing about yourself. Nothing. Give them nothing. Give them absolutely nothing. They don't care about you. They're trying to data collect so that maybe they can arrest you or someone you know. That's their goal. That's their goal. Put a 1 in the chat if you know. What's the cops' goal? Soy Leal, what is the cops' goal? Their goal is to arrest you. Am I wrong about this? I don't know what you got going on, Ray Hoot, but I'll take a look at your video if you got a video. I'll take a look at it, bro. I hope I can help you. 11111. They've lost the trust, and it's tough because let me Dan Hanlon's here. What's going on? So let me explain. You guys only see me a couple hours a day, and we're running down these videos, and you just get like my real perspective on what I think of these pigs. The truth is, though, I'm a pretty happy guy. I'm pretty jovial, normal. Like, I love my family. I love children. I love dogs. I like to work out at the gym. I love pretty girls. I love everything that everybody else loves. When it comes to these jackboot thug pigs, and then I watch myself back later, which I hardly ever do, but once in a while I will, I just realize that I come off as so truthful and genuine. Yeah, I do. I come off so truthful that I genuinely dislike these pigs, that I genuinely have no respect for these pigs. I don't have any shame at all whatsoever that I hate pigs. None. Not even a bit. I have zero shame that when I do interact with them, I just whip them like they're a little bitch because I can't stand them. Do you understand that? So I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm just keeping it real. I don't want to be fake. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that I'm fake. I'm a genuine dude, man. I tell you exactly what I think. There's no pulling the punches. And so, then the other side of me, so there's the one side. Then the other side of me, I watch myself back and I think, boy, man, you really sound like you're angry and you're really bitter. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I said, originally, when I watch myself back, I realize I come off really genuine and truthful. And then when I say, man, you're really coming off really hateful and angry. Yeah, I guess I am. I guess so. And why do you think that is? Because I watch stuff like this every day. I know it's not a few bad apples. I've read the commissions. I've studied thousands of cases. I know that the jackboot thug pigs are an evil organization full of demons. I know that. You don't have to agree with me. You should have my trifold, though. You may not agree with me. You should still invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You should shut your damn pie hole. You could say, I hate Chille. I hate that guy. But I do have his trifold in my car, and I do invoke my Fifth Amendment right, and I do have my license, registration, and proof of insurance ready to go up in my visor because it could happen to you. It could happen to you. It really could.
What's your home address?
Don't tell him.
I have to work on my phone.
Don't tell him.
I can give you the address on my license. It's my dad's, but it's not where I live.
Okay. Here, if you want to look it up. And what's the little one's name?
Which the baby who we almost killed. And here's this giant who really great tight end in high school, played a little college ball too. Couldn't figure out how to entrepreneur though after that. Couldn't figure out how to make a living. So he signed up to serve the community.
Hey, what's the address?
Look, they're just all hanging out in her house. All dressed up like G.I. Joe loser.
Right now, so just tell me the address real quick. Your house, where we live.
They muted it again.
What's the zip code? I really don't know any other people here. I just know that.
What's that zip code?
What's the zip code?
Look at all those cops. Let's go back here to this room. She doesn't even want you there. They just are data sucking. She was identifying people in the pictures. Pretty terrible. Pretty ignorant, to be honest with you.
It's a SWAT team. They just got swatted. No, this is SWAT team. They just got swatted. Right in them. I don't know. But I'll let you go.
What are you talking about, SWAT team?
The SWAT team. They're involved or something, but I don't know. I gotta get off here, okay?
Is she good?
Yeah, she's good to go with it.
Is she good? She's perfectly fine, bro, before you got there.
Little guy right here. Large history of respiratory and pulmonary issues. Was born 26 weeks ago.
Oh, God. I can already hear it. Chille's a misogynist. He hates all women.
Little guy right here.
That is ridiculous. Look at this dainty little 110-pound girl coming skipping the doo-dah day in there. And she still has her, look at her. It's just ridiculous looking. We are not in World War Z. We do not need to put women on the front lines of violence. It looks stupid to me.
Large history of respiratory and pulmonary issues.
Now she's being cutesy with her little face, with her little cute mousy face to the baby, dressed up like a tyrant.
Born 26 weeks, you said?
Yeah, 26.
Let me get down here and pretend like I care about your baby for a second.
Feed him to the tray. Just in the event of everything, she knows he was belly breathing a little.
Okay. Well, she had me turn his birth rate up. It wasn't 6, she had me turn it up to 16, but he's doing good. You're good. Okay. I'm still scared about this. Okay. Where is his specialist at? UK, University of Kentucky. And his main person is Dr. Ghosting. I can contact all of them.
So you're from out of town?
Yeah, we're from
So they brought that woman in there to squat down, look at the baby, and say hello, and then let me ask you more questions about your personal life.
Kentucky.
Okay. And so
I was a moron here. They sent me in here because they figured if a woman was with the baby and the woman that it would, it would go better. So throw in a couple pigtails.
you don't have oxygen to transport?
No, because usually he's not on oxygen. He just went on oxygen today. I had this with me, but I don't have none of her travel. Like I have her travel cans, but they're empty, and I don't have the machine to fill them.
Okay.
So call an ambulance with oxygen that can transport the baby.
So we can, and you want him
because
transported because you can't run it.
Well, also
Why would you even question it, you dumb twat? Call the ambulance with the portable oxygen for the baby.
he's recently had a cold too,
Okay.
and we're trying. He has an appointment tomorrow when we go home. But
Okay. You guys said you had good lungs.
Good lungs, and he had good reaction when I put this up.
Oh, God. Listen carefully here. Okay. And I'll fill you in on what
Okay. You guys said you had good lungs.
he has good lungs. Is that what she just said? Blanket diagnosis. Good lungs?
Good lungs, and he had
Good lungs.
good reaction when I put
And he had good reaction too. He's good.
this up. Still fine under the cold.
Okay. This is so that if we have a lawsuit later, we have several people on the scene who identified that the baby had good lungs and was good to go. Baby was good to go. We know that because we were with the baby there. Baby was good. Baby was good. We had this baby. Baby was good. The baby's all good, people. Don't worry about anything. Baby's good.
Okay. So we can take him. The best place to take him would probably be to our closest pediatric hospital would be. I'm going to take him to Cleveland Clinic in Gihon. They don't have pediatrics there right now. It's just downtown. I would do probably University in Westlake.
When we're talking about moving here,
Okay.
and our
Do not move to Ohio. Ohio is one of the worst police states in America. Missouri, Louisiana, Florida. Florida's not even as bad as Ohio. West Virginia. Well, she's from West Virginia, so Kentucky, total police state.
or don't do them there till this Cleveland Clinic or Angry Babies. We definitely won't be
So
moving in now.
Rainbow Babies, so we can take University Hospitals in Westlake is affiliated with Rainbow Babies. So that would be good, and they're the closest. Okay. So I mean, they're still from here probably 20 minutes.
Unless, of course, I put the baby in the cop car and we went there with the lights and siren on, then it would take 10. And we should be doing that now. Or at least seeing if we can carry the oxygen to the cop car. It doesn't have to be portable. You got 3 dozen men there. You could get that oxygen to the car. Wouldn't be that hard with 3 dozen men.
But we can get them over there. That way we can keep them on the oxygen.
I'm reaching here.
And monitor him. Okay. And then, once we get there, they can further do that stuff. They can contact his specialist and doctor, and then go from there.
And doctor.
Yeah, with all of the excitement and stuff going on today, and you noticing a little bit of that change.
Okay. In the past 2 days, he's had high fevers. The first one
They don't care, chick.
was 105.5. We got it down, but the fevers are resolved, but now everything else.
Okay.
I do need to go down to her room and get his travel tubing.
Okay, can someone go with her? She has to walk across the house. Someone escort her. Make sure she's not going to get a gun and try to kill everybody here.
Someone else go. Okay. I have to search through a lot of
So
stuff.
we'll
All
just
our
wait
stuff
for
is
you
done on my-
to get back. And then, do you have a car seat?
I don't. My
No?
car seat
Okay.
is in their vehicle.
Okay. So we will grab our let's do the P8. You guys want to grab the P8? Just stick that on there. Do you want that stuff up in here? No, you can leave it in the back because I'll just get that stuff. What's his name? That again? Yeah.
Oh, I'm dressed up like a tyrant. Now I'm going to pretend like I care about your baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's moving the air, so that's good. Yeah.
He's alive, so that's good.
Just a
I
little
can
bit
tell,
of
like, anxiety and stuff.
Yeah.
But
He didn't even care when everything happened. He was just sitting there sleeping. Like,
it was just like the bang kind of thing that.
It really wasn't even. It wasn't bad. Like I was sitting on the steps and it died.
Doesn't seem like he's
I
actually falling down.
just had TV was there, the glass, just, who knows.
Oh wait, did they throw it through the TV? I mean through the
No,
window?
it's nice
Oh,
that
it's
they
right
put it
here.
out,
Oh, that's where it came. Oh, that's where. Oh wait, did they throw it through the TV? I mean through the
No,
window?
it's nice that
Oh,
they
it's
put it
right
out,
here.
yeah.
Oh, that's where.
So the baby was right there, and they put the flashbang right there. That's how far away the flashbang was from the baby. Like literally 2 feet, 3 feet.
Okay.
Watch yourself on the ground there. I don't know if there's any glass.
Yeah, well, I think glass right there.
There's a little bit
Okay,
here.
I'll throw my shoes on.
She's just so accommodating to these pigs. And look at this guy standing there like just a moron. He's been there the whole time, hasn't said, contributed, done anything. He's just standing there with his feet crossed like G.I. Joe loser.
Does somebody want to go down with me?
Oh, yeah, I think.
You do?
And then I'll wait till you get back up.
She actually requested the pig goes down there with her? Why?
grab your shoes too while you're at it, wherever they're at.
I know. This could be technically.
She's going down.
So all of this is theirs back through there, just so y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
These bags, like from here, is mine.
Okay.
Just his medical stuff and my stuff.
Why does she tell this chick? Why does she tell the cops all this information about herself? Why does she say anything? Shut your mouth and don't talk to cops.
And I'm honestly not sure what it is. I might have to go out to my car and look too.
For the tubing.
Yeah, it's just like we have blue and gray, and I'm not sure. But some is supposed to be here and some in my car.
Okay. If it's not in here, when they get them ready to go outside, we can grab it from your car.
Looks like everybody else's basement. Everybody's got a basement with a room full of stuff in it. There's one room in someone's house. Looks like my mom's house.
Or I could have not have even brought one, but if I didn't, we just, I don't know how we would take his ventilator.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. We'll check that when we're on our way out.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait a second. What are those cops doing in there? Why are they in there? They should be out of the house. What are they doing? What are they doing in there? And why are they in there? What is that cop doing in that? What does he do? They're searching their house? Yeah, they're searching these people's home. He's going through all their stuff. That's incredible to me.
That's what it is. And the way to break it is connect it straight from the ventilator to that's
So, okay, hold on. Let's see what I got. What you got here? So you've got. So
the ventilator, all that comes off.
Humidifier.
Yeah.
So we can take all of this off of here, right? So I can transport. Because I just thought I have heater off of that. I took the heater off before.
I know when we get to the hospital.
So I can do.
They transported previously. How has it gone?
Critical care, probably.
Probably. Okay.
And we've been looking at stuff like that to be able to run more critical care stuff. It's more, I would just bag him with my BBM, and I don't want to have to do that.
He can breathe without it too, like but I had HMH that cap over it.
Okay.
But he's on a trial right now to do trials off of it, just every 6 about it. And it goes up to 10 hours off of it.
So we can do, so we definitely have the oxygen.
Well, we can, as long as he has to have a pulse ox too, right?
Yeah, we have the pulse ox for him. But I'm thinking, like, if we get
that heater off, though, it'll work.
And that's this down here, right?
Yeah.
And that's for the humidified air. Because it should have, if it's been plugged in, it should have battery life to it, or does it have to be plugged in?
Oh, no, yeah, it has to be plugged in.
Okay,
It works.
so I can.
But it can go off humidifier. It's just the tubing thing that I don't have. Like, I don't have the gray tubing. Because we have a different tube that'll put, like, straight from there on the side, straight, going out of that. That's the extra heater. It's just the heater. And then this is, that should be your extra. Okay. So,
So what? All right.
If someone
Let's
wants to
pack up
look over
everything that
there,
we're
I
gonna
had
go
it for two,
take
but I
with
threw it away.
us. And then this is his 2 feet.
You can hear them just going through every single aspect of the aunt and uncle's home, and the warrant is not for the aunt and uncle.
In my that is the water that goes
The
in.
water that goes in. Yeah. Okay.
His
So I
face
have my
is
beach
the
towel, so like I can you can take this. If I can get this off, we can take that. We should be able to take it off. Now, what all do you need to pack with you to get?
I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah, okay. Grab all that stuff. And then this is the suction, right? The suction. Do you want me to put the extra into this bag?
So what? No, because that can only be used at home. I won't use it at hospital.
Okay. Do you want to leave these here?
Yeah.
She'll be able to come back here later when she needs to come back here to get anything else.
Yeah, she needs
Okay. And then, do you have one of the officer's cards to get in contact with? We'll just grab one of your
Oh,
guys'.
would I have to like off limits now?
I'm not really sure. That's why I would, if you're gonna come back here, I would just say call the police department, because if so, they can come here with you or meet you here, and then you can get what you need.
Okay.
We'll be out here in an hour.
Well, I'm just saying, look, and she'll be able to come back later without you guys. Okay, then that's fine.
I want to know
Wasn't
what
sure
this
if it
is.
We just have a residential search warrant.
All right, so Carolyn, we're gonna transport to West Shore. We'll go to West Shore. You just need this on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it would be great somehow if we could unhook the tubing from the heater and make it work through the ventilator, but I just don't know how to do that.
So where's the other part that you're taking for the ventilator?
What?
Or is it this?
That,
So
it's
you're
not
gonna
dry
have-
off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is not at all right. Or so that just goes to the
It's one door. It's just
So-
like in there on the counter.
Yeah, we should be able to just unhook this part here should just unhook and go right into this part.
You think so?
Yeah, because this, see how it's gonna go through here. So that's part of the vent, so I can do this part. Yeah, so it's just go.
Well, no, we should take this off too.
Yeah, that's good. That should work there with them. So that we just don't have the humidifier on the heater right now. He's got his own spontaneous respiration also. Yeah.
That's it before you.
All right. So we won't need the bag because that goes to the freezer. So it's literally just this part. Yep, okay. And then you can just sign this. Okay.
You want to leave that section of two?
I'll
We'll
probably
take
ask.
it.
Okay, I thought he was talking about that too.
Yeah, because then we can just put our, because he's not always on
And I'm
our
sure
shit
the
either,
hospital
but we'll
will
just
have-
look into it. And they'll have everything you need. It's
Well,
our
actually, yeah, it
specialty.
is smart to take that because our ventilator's different from everyone else's.
Yeah,
It's got that little
I was gonna say, it's not, I can see it's got like the.
Yeah, last time I took it off, so they didn't have that little piece.
So then,
And then they should have ten box there, right?
Yes.
yeah, they will have. So when I call them, if they need me to divert and go downtown Cleveland, because I'll explain all of that to them, then we can always divert and go. It's further, a decent amount further, but I mean, it's 25 minutes. And then I just.
Murder gloves.
And also having a case or something in here.
Get the murder gloves on.
Our little seat that is, we're doing a great job, by the way, Tom.
Right?
I had the very
I don't
best
know.
teacher. I have to give all credit to her. She was so wonderful. Okay, so you got that meaning and everything.
Let me get my torch. Gotta get his flashlight on.
Oh my God.
What are these little bottles in here?
I'll bring your bag out. Okay, thank you.
He's had those torture cuffs in his hand the whole time. They've been hindering him the entire time. Guy's such a douchebag. You can't even look through a bag properly. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you were watching that and thinking to yourself, you're such a douchebag. I was thinking, why don't you take the cuffs and put them down? I was thinking that in my head. It took him about a minute for him to put the cuffs down. And he searches the bag like a total dildo. Just open it up and look. What is this flashlight? I gotta put on my gloves. Let me get my flashlight. Moving down. Zipper in the bag's coming down. Dog barking. Dog barking. Like, these people are just the worst. He can't even search a backpack. He's such a moron. Where's your cuffs at, bro? Oh, got to get those murder gloves off. Had to put on gloves to search the bag. Such a douchebag. The whole fentanyl, cop touched fentanyl, he died. We know that's a myth now. It's scientific. Bolsheviki. Bro, where's your gloves at? You're touching someone's stuff. You might get cooties, bro. Looking for money. Like, that's this guy's job. That's his whole job. That's what he thinks his entire job is. What's going on out there in the land of America? Everybody hit the like button. It's the thumbs up button right down below your screen. Hit the like button if you would. Unisex, what is going on? How are you? Glad you're here. So You Say is here. It's just the Citizens Broadcast Cooperative. Adrian, what is going on? Slapjoy, Carol Lawrence, what is going on? A lot of new faces, a lot of new places. I can only do what I can do. You know what I'm saying? I can create the materials I've created. I can cover these videos. I can encourage you to get a trifold, get a cop card, get it in your wallet. Most people here have one. A few new names in the room. I am God. What's up, man? Where are we at on that one thing we're working on? That ticket with the video camera footage that I sent to you. Did that ever post in? Did that ticket ever post so we can get all that body cam footage? Good to see you. I am God. That's a friend of mine. So You are so welcome, April. You are so welcome. So today's special is you get a trifold, you get a Fifth Amendment cop card for free. So if you buy a $20 trifold, I give you a Fifth Amendment cop card along with it, and I'll put it in your envelope. So that's what I'm doing today. I want to show you guys something. I want to show you this. Cop body slams handcuffed man, paralyzing him. He dies later. Anthony Silva was intoxicated at a festival in Stanislaus County. I don't know how to say it. Stanislaus, Stanislaus in Stanislaus County. Anthony Silva was intoxicated in Stanislaus County, California, so police arrest him for public intoxication. This isn't Mayberry, and these cops are not Andy Griffith. Our Otis Campbell here, the town drunk, is about to experience the real world. The cops put him in torture cuffs behind his back. When he gets up, he moves to make sure his backpack with his money is still coming with him. The three cops stop him from moving, even though Silva has made no effort throughout this arrest to resist them at all, and slam him face down into the concrete. After he cries like a child of the pain and complains his neck hurts, he cannot move, and the cops, in disbelief, lift him carelessly and place him on a park bench. They mock him for not moving because they're still in disbelief that they hurt him. They do call an ambulance, but none are available. Only firefighters show up 30 minutes later. They're not trained in back injuries, so he is not treated by the fire department as if he has a back injury. He's paralyzed for 1 year and later dies as a direct result of these injuries. Unbelievable. It's never ending. And here's another one that's really similar to that one. 3 officers cleared in Manuel Ellis's death. Each will receive $500,000 to leave the Tacoma Police Department. 3 Washington State police officers who were cleared of all criminal charges last month in 2020 death of Manuel Lewis, each will receive $500,000 to leave the Tacoma Police Department. After they kill a dude, they get $500,000 each. Wow. A black man who was shocked, beaten, and restrained face down on a sidewalk as he pleaded for breath will each receive $500,000 to leave Tacoma. This says to the public that these are excellent officers, and it's a shame Tacoma is losing them, said Ann Bremer, an attorney for one of the officers. This says to the public that these are excellent officers, and it's a shame Tacoma is losing them, an attorney for one of the pigs said, Timothy Rankin. A jury acquitted Rankin, 34, and co-defendants Matthew Collins and Christopher Burbank in December following a trial that lasted more than 2 months. Rankin was charged with manslaughter, while Collins and Burbank were charged with manslaughter and second-degree murder. The cities released copies of the voluntary separation agreements with the officers today as Police Chief Avery Moore announced findings that none violated use of force policies in effect on March 3rd, 2020. So it's the policy. How can the policy be changed? By one governor. Collin was found to have violated a policy concerning courtesy. They killed somebody. Do you get it? The use of force policy has since been updated. The old one failed to serve the best interests of the public, of the police department, or the community, Moore said. These agreements support a responsible, constructive path forward with our community and the Tacoma Police Department, said City Manager Elizabeth. In an email, Matthew Erickson, an attorney for Ellis's family, called it perverse and said the officers were effectively being rewarded for his death. He noted that the officers had already been paid about $1.5 million total while being on leave for nearly 4 years. Wow. That is crazy. The worst Tacoma Police Department officers are also the highest paid Tacoma Police Department officers, Erickson wrote. Everyone in the community should be upset by this. The U.S. Attorney in Seattle last week said that it's reviewing the case. The Justice Department can bring prosecutions for federal civil rights violations, but the scope of the review was not disclosed. Ellis, 33, was walking home with donuts from 7-Eleven in Tacoma, about 30 miles south of Seattle, when he passed a patrol car at a red light with Collins and Burbank inside. The officers claimed they saw Ellis try to open the door of a passing car at an intersection, and he became aggressive when they began to question him about it. Collins testified that Ellis demonstrated superhuman strength by lifting Collins off the ground and throwing him through the air. But 3 witnesses testified that they saw no such thing. After what appeared to be a brief conversation between Ellis and the officers, who were both white, Burbank in the passenger seat threw open the door, knocking Ellis down. The witnesses, one of them yelled for the officers to stop attacking Ellis, and a doorbell surveillance camera captured video parts of the encounter. The video showed Ellis with his hands up in a surrender position as Burbank shot a taser at his chest, and Collins wrapped his arms around the back of his neck from behind. Rankin was among the many other officers who responded. Ellis was already handcuffed face down when he arrived. Rankin knelt on his upper back, so Rankin knelt on his neck, because the state-run media is going to lie to you. Video of Ellis addressing the officers as sir while telling them he couldn't breathe. One officer is saying, "Shut the fuck up, man." Attorneys for the officers argued that Ellis died from a lethal amount of methamphetamines that was in his systems, as well as a heart condition, not from the officers. Ellis's death became a touchstone for racial justice demonstrators in the Pacific Northwest, but it also coincided with the first U.S. outbreak of the COVID at a nursing home in nearby Kirkland, and did not garner the attention that the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis did 3 months earlier. The trial was the first under a 5-year-old state law designed to make it easier to prosecute cops of wrongful use of deadly force. The Ellis family settled a federal civil rights lawsuit against Pierce County, which is home to Tacoma, for $4 million. Oh, that's right. We actually covered this.
Versus Christopher Shane Burbank, cause number 21-1-012866-6. We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of murder in the second degree as charged in count 1. Verdict form for count 2. We, the jury, find the verdict form B for count 2. We, the jury, having found the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of murder, manslaughter in the first degree for count 2 as charged, or being unable to unanimously agree to that charge, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the lesser included crime of manslaughter in the second degree.
So the cops get away with murder again. They murder a guy and they all get paid off. They get $500,000 apiece, plus $1.5 million for sitting on their ass doing nothing. The system's not going to work. It's not going to work. I mean, it should be burnt to the ground and redone. I don't mean that figuratively. Obviously, you can't burn down the system. I'm talking about the idea of jurisprudence should be burned to the ground. This idea that we have these jurors and jurists in this form should be burned to the ground. This is not how we should be getting jurors and jurists. For the Kevins and Karens who will sign up, put a 1 in the chat if you don't sign up for jury duty. Put a 1 in the chat if you ignore the jury duty. Put a 1 in the chat if you ignore jury duty. 1 from me. I ignore jury duty. I have my whole life. I never went ever. So who serves on jury duty? Kevins and Karens. We should start a movement to get people to sign up and go and serve on juries. We should start that. We should start that. So these jackboot thug pigs, they get away with murder. Again, it's the same thing again. More cops getting away with murder all over again. It's just absolutely atrocious. It really, really is atrocious. And we just keep, it's like it's on repeat. It's like everything's on repeat. We just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. This system doesn't work. It doesn't work. It only works for people in the system. It only works for judges and lawyers and pigs. It doesn't work for you and I. Judges and lawyers and pigs Oh, is that right? Robert Kennedy Jr. is leading in the polls? No way. I'm voting for Robert Kennedy Jr. I hope that you'll join me. I know that he comes from a Democratic background, but at the same time, he's put his finger in the eye of the establishment and told him that he's not going to make mandatory medication. We just are living in a real backward system, and I'm really unhappy about it. I'll check that out in 1 second.
I got a vehicle over here that fled from me the other day. Get out of the car.
He had a vehicle that fled from him the other day, and so he just walks up and opens the car door, and when the guy goes to leave again, he's not going to leave this time. The cop's going to kill him instead. Cop's life wasn't in danger at all. He wasn't in front of the car even slightly.
Get out of the car.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Welcome to episode 11 of the Force Review. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. I'm an active patrol officer with 13 years of experience. I've been to just about every type of video.
3161. Hey, can you start me one more? I got a vehicle over here that fled from me the other day. It's in the parking lot.
Yeah, more. Get somebody else with us. 3230, go into the way over there with 3161. It's going to be off of 11 to the 100 point over to the McDonald's. And 3161, you want them running code?
10-4. License plate.
Hey, Copper, can you take off the badass music? Force Review guy. The Copper with 13 years of active, I think you called it experience or whatever you said it was. Can you take off the dun 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 dun? Can you take that music off, bro? I know other cops are sitting at home just enjoying watching other cops kill people. I know that. But can you take off the dun 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 dun? Can you take that music off, bro? I realize that you're desensitized. I understand that. But to a lot of us, it's not dun 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 as a pig is going to murder somebody. It's just not cool with us. You know what I'm saying? I've reviewed a few of your videos, bro. I mean, listen to that music this guy's got playing. And you heard him say earlier he's a pig. Maybe get a snare with the clap in there, huh? Snare drum with a clap. Little bass line.
Get out of the car.
Whoa, what a psycho. What an absolute psycho. From that far away, he's going to kill somebody. Look at the wheels of the car. They're not aimed at him at all. From that far away, he's going to murder somebody because they won't stop when he says to stop. He's a teenager. Shot him right in the head.
Get out of the car.
Kid's taking off, man. I got a radio on me. I've already called for another unit. Fall back, grab my radio. Kid took off again. Maroon, whatever it is. Headshot from 4 feet away. Blew the top of his head right off. Shoots him 4 more times from less than 10 feet away. Dude's a total psychopath. That dude's a total psycho. There's something wrong with him.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shot at him 5 more times. What a psycho. And by the way, see what right over here? See what these are over here? You know what these are? Those are buildings and stores and stuff back there. That means there's people back there. Watch where his bullets go.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
See those stores and stuff back there? Shot 5 more times at a guy because he won't stop.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay, here we go. October 2nd, 2022, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio police officer James Brennan responds to a McDonald's for a disturbance call. While there, he notices a red BMW in the parking lot. Brennan had tried to pull over the car the previous day because the license plate on the car was registered to a different vehicle.
Fled from me the other day. He's in the parking lot.
Yeah, boy. Get somebody else with it. There you go into the way over there with 3161. It's gonna be off of 11 to the 100 point over to the McDonald's. And 3161, you want them already cooked?
10-4. License plate.
Having the wrong license plate on a vehicle is a violation of Texas Transportation Code 504.944, a misdemeanor. This gives Officer Brennan reasonable suspicion to detain all the occupants of the vehicle.
Spoken like a true pig, bro.
Having the wrong license plate on a vehicle is also an indicator of a stolen vehicle. So
Oh, it is? Or maybe your license plate isn't current, and so you put another license plate on there, but they've already determined.
the vehicle. Having the wrong license.
The pigs have already determined. This pig talking right here, the wrong license plate's an indicator of a stolen vehicle. Is it really? Pretty definitive statement. You know, when I was in college, I remember that we took the plates off my buddy's car and put them on his other car because his registration was expired. So we took his grandma's plates off his grandma's car and we put them on my buddy's car so that we could go drive around. We were 19, 20 years old. But here the pig is saying that the wrong license plate's an indicator of a stolen vehicle. Means it has to be a felony stop. Felony stop means guns drawn. Not it's some teenagers who took the license plates off their dad's car. It's a felony stop. You got to kill people. And that's what he does. He kills this kid.
License plate on a vehicle is also an indicator of a stolen vehicle.
So he's this pig right here
of the vehicle. Having the wrong license.
So this guy, when he started his video, he said he's an active duty pig. He's been a pig for 13 years. Now he's telling us what the pigs are being trained like. If it's the wrong license plate, it's a stolen vehicle. That's a preposterous statement. That's a conclusory, permanent statement, and it's just not true. That's a lie.
License plate on a vehicle is also an indicator of a stolen vehicle. So
No, it's
Officer
not.
Brennan has the authority to detain the occupants for that as well.
But that's not an indication of a stolen vehicle. That's what you made up and you decided was true. That doesn't make it true. That's what you're training pigs to say, is that it must be stolen.
Since the vehicle may be stolen and the driver
If the vehicle may be stolen and he's a runner, get your gun out.
fled from Officer Brennan the previous day, the best tactic to use for this situation is a high-risk vehicle stop.
The best tactic, right there it is. The best tactic is to use a high-risk vehicle stop. Treat us like we're evil demons. Don't have any compassion. Don't take a video camera. Don't call out a drone and say, hey, if this guy runs, be ready. None of that. No.
This involves calling for several more officers, pulling in behind the suspect vehicle, and ordering the occupants out at gunpoint, one at a time.
Did you hear what he just said? The best tactic to use a high-risk vehicle stop. And what does that mean exactly?
Used for this situation is a high-risk vehicle stop.
What does that entail exactly for you and I, the citizens? If a cop decides that it's a high-risk vehicle stop, if he makes that decision,
This involves calling for several more officers,
call for several more cops,
pulling in behind the suspect
block your car in,
vehicle and ordering the occupants out at gunpoint.
and then pull the guns out and order you out at gunpoint. And we've allowed this policy to be created. We've allowed this. It's total bullshit. It creates a total police state. We don't have to do that to people. We do not have to do that to people. There's absolutely no reason you have to block that car in, call a bunch of cops, and go guns drawn because the license plate isn't correct. Your computer might be wrong. That teenager may have taken his dad's license plate so he could drive. You have no idea. You've concluded that this is a high-risk vehicle stop. You concluded that you get to point your gun at me. None of us voted on that. None of us said that that's what we want to happen to us. None of us said that that's what security and safety is in this country. None of us said that. You created these policies around Terry versus Ohio. That officer safety is the most important thing. This is a high-risk vehicle stop. Block it in, point your guns. You created that. None of us agreed to it. Put a 1 in the chat if you do not agree to that. The solution for it is so simple.
One at a time.
So what was the procedure? Call it in, bring a bunch of other cars, and then block him in. And what does this guy do? None of those things.
But Officer Brennan doesn't choose this tactic. Instead, he just walks up and opens the door. Why? Officer Brennan has less than a year on the job. Rookie officers like him are often hesitant to make a big deal out of things. Coordinating a high-risk vehicle stop would require him to take charge of several officers, probably all of whom have more time on than him. If he makes a mistake, or if his observation turns out to be a big nothing.
Because being a pig is worse than you could imagine, not just from the public that hates you, but internally. It's like a junior high school Lord of the Flies organization.
He would likely face harsh criticism from his colleagues. In the police world, this criticism can be brutal. Officer Brennan's tactical decision may have been poor, but it was not illegal. He still has the authority to detain the occupants of that vehicle, and the driver, Eric Cantu, has the legal obligation to obey Officer Brennan's command to get out of the car.
Spoken like a true pig.
But another question arises. Did Mr. Cantu know he was being contacted by a police officer? Officer Brennan didn't identify himself as such. However, as it pertains to this shooting, the question is not what's in Mr. Cantu's mind, but rather what's in Officer Brennan's. So the real question is if Officer Brennan could have reasonably believed Mr. Cantu knew he was a cop. And since the parking lot was well lit, Officer Brennan was in full uniform, and Mr. Cantu got a good look at him, the answer is yes. Officer Brennan
justified
could have reasonably believed that Mr. Cantu knew he was a police officer. Also, Mr. Cantu's immediate reaction to drive away is consistent with his decision to flee police the previous day.
Okay, cool. Who cares? That's not a murder sentence.
Get out of the car.
So Mr. Cantu backs up and the door strikes Officer Brennan.
Oh, there it is. There it is. The door strikes the pig. He was pulling forward. The door would not have struck him. We did not knock him down. It knocked him back a little bit.
So Mr. Cantu backs up and the door strikes Officer Brennan.
There's the excuse right there. There's the reason why I should blow his head off from 5 feet away.
Mr. Cantu has just committed assault on a police officer.
Oh my God. We fund this organization. We fund this pig right here. This pig right here, this pig talking, we fund this pig. He's been a pig for 13 years. We fund that pig who's sitting there saying, this is our policy. He's assaulted a police officer by backing his door into him. What a load of shit.
A felony.
He adds in it's a felony.
Officer Brennan. Mr. Cantu has just committed assault on a police officer. A felony.
He needs to die.
Mr. Cantu was originally charged with aggravated assault, but aggravated assault requires either serious bodily injury or the use of a deadly weapon. Mr. Cantu hit aggravated assault.
Bernard then opened fire several times at the door, and Cantu drove away. Cantu, who was struck by gunfire, stopped nearby where he and a passenger who was not injured were found by police. There's nothing I can say in defense of that officer's action that night, Police Chief William McManus told the TV station. I think what happened initially, there was some contact made, but that did not justify the shooting. Cantu was hospitalized in stable condition and initially charged with evading police and aggravated assault. Gonzalez, the DA, said no decision had been made on whether to pursue charges against Bernard pending the outcome of a police investigation into the shooting. We all have eyes. We all can see. This pig right here from the Force Review can make all the excuses he wants. We can see it's murder, attempted murder.
Requires either serious bodily injury or the use of a deadly weapon. Mr. Cantu hit Officer Brennan at slow speed with the vehicle door. This action did not result in serious bodily injury, nor was it likely to result in serious bodily injury. Therefore, Mr. Cantu's use of force was simple assault rather than aggravated assault.
I mean, look at that guy trying to kill people.
Assault rather than aggravated assault.
He doesn't shoot once. He keeps shooting.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay, so Officer Brennan gets clear of the door, Mr. Cantu backs up, and Officer Brennan fires 5 shots at Mr. Cantu. Could he have believed he was in imminent danger? There are 2 possibilities of danger here. Perhaps Officer Brennan believed Mr. Cantu was either reaching for a gun or was going to use his vehicle to...
Oh, there's the pig logic. Hey, Force Review, man, you really, dude, you've got the pig logic so down, bro. I'm so glad you're making this video. You're showing us, bro, what they're teaching you pigs. He could be reaching for a gun now. Make sure you blow his head off as he's driving away. He could be reaching for a gun. Or he's going to run you over. He was only pulling away to back up. He was speeding away so he could actually run you over. That's what they teach these pigs.
Run him over. It is sometimes reasonable for an officer to fire on a suspect who...
Sometimes reasonable is pretty vague. When is it reasonable? It's sometimes reasonable. Well, when is it sometimes? It's sometimes reasonable. Well, when is it reasonable? Sometimes reasonable for an officer to fire on a suspect who reaches for their waistband even if they don't have a gun. It's reasonable to shoot them.
reaches for their waistband, even if they don't have a gun. But those scenarios require some prior evidence that the suspect does have a gun. Maybe the suspect mentioned a gun or used a gun earlier in the incident. For 2 good examples of when an officer could have reasonably believed an unarmed suspect had a gun, check out episodes 2 and 5. Mr. Cantu provided no such evidence to Officer Brennan, so Officer Brennan could not jump to the conclusion that Mr. Cantu was reaching for a gun.
No, he was mad that he evaded him the night before. He was mad that he outran him. He was mad he couldn't catch him.
So we're left with only the second possibility, that Officer Brennan believed he was going to be run over. The fact that Mr. Cantu had just assaulted Officer Brennan with his car does provide some evidence that he intended to do it again. However...
What the fuck? You opened his car door, dude. He had no idea what was going on. He had no idea if you were a cop or not. You didn't say police when you opened the door. It was just someone opening his car door. So you're dressed up in a pig costume? Doesn't mean I know you're a pig.
Brennan with his car does provide some evidence that he intended to do it again.
Listen to the pig logic. Listen to this pig logic. From the Force Review, an active pig. Listen to what this pig says.
Impossibility. That Officer Brennan believed he was going to be run over. The fact that Mr. Cantu had just assaulted Officer Brennan with his car does provide some evidence that he intended to do it again.
Dude, listen, let me tell you something. I turned 50 this year, but let me tell you something. If I was only just 10 years younger, I would get one of you guys in the ring and I would just bash your fucking face in, bro. I would just bash your head in. I really would. In the ring, in an organized way. Get you into the ring and I would just beat the ever-living hell out of you. I didn't become brittle until the last couple years. And then my blood pressure went crazy. I got injured on my hand from that pig. I got just weird shit happens when you hit a certain age. But if I was just 5 years younger than I am now, I would be going pig through pig through pig, because I'll tell you something. Before I hit a certain age, I was a legit killer. And I would just go through these pigs. I would wrestle every pig there was if I was just 10 years younger. Just if I was just a little younger, I would be calling each and every one of them out so I could just bash their head inside of a cage. You know, I just can't stand them. Listening to this pig talk right here.
And Brennan could not jump to the conclusion that Sir Brennan believed he was going to be run over.
Brennan believed he was going to be ran over. Now he's making up bullshit. And then listen to this bullshit here.
The fact that Mr. Cantu had just assaulted Officer Brennan with his car does provide some evidence that he intended to do it again.
I mean, force review, I know you're going to hear that I made a video about you. People will tell you that I covered your video. Do you realize what a dumb shit you sound like? Everybody can see the video. Everybody can see it, bro. We're all watching the same video, dude. Right? So you say some dumb shit, pig-headed thing. Listen to what you said. Just listen to your stupid ass words here.
Impossibility that Officer Brennan believed he was going to be run over.
Yeah, Brennan believed he was going to be run over as someone is fleeing away from him. He had already assaulted him with the door, so there's room to believe he was going to do it again. That's not possible when he backed out, so he's going forward, then he's not trying to hit him with the door again. So what you said is so fundamentally piggishly stupid, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to anybody with half a brain in their head. I realize they teach you pigs to be scared of everything. This is the most preposterous thing you could have said. Because when he backed out and got him with the edge of the door because he flung his door open and startled him, then you said he's going to hit him with the door again as he's driving forward?
The fact that Mr. Cantu had just assaulted Officer Brennan with his car does provide some evidence that he intended to do it again.
No. Put a 1 in the chat if that's not true. That's the stupidest shit you've ever could say, considering the video is going to show that he's trying to get the hell away from the pig. What are you talking about? Considering that he already hit him with the door, then there's proof he's going to do it again. You sound stupid, bro. More than willing. You got a tiny little channel. More than willing to have you on. If you can take it. I doubt it, dude. I doubt you can take it. You can even put a screen over so no one knows who you are. I'm sure you're being anonymous so that the pigs on your pig department don't ruin you. Let's see. Let's see if I'm correct. Let's see if I'm right about this guy who's playing like he's the doctor of all pigs is anonymous. We'll go into it in a second. We'll check at the end.
However, Mr. Cantu didn't appear to have the ability to run over Officer Brennan. His car was angled in such a way that would make striking Officer Brennan unlikely.
Oh, but didn't you just say a second ago he's got proof he was going to do it again?
Mr. Cantu's lack of ability to run over Officer Brennan makes imminent danger non-existent. Then Officer Brennan fires 5 more shots as Mr. Cantu drives away. The only possible justification for these shots would be the fleeing felon rule. However,
you guys have heard me, Tennessee versus Garner. The 1985 case based on the 1974 slaying of Eugene Garner, a 13, 14-year-old black kid. Tennessee versus Garner says that you cannot shoot a fleeing felon. So this cop may be completely and totally incorrect. Before he says anything, let me explain what the fleeing felon rule is. The fleeing felon rule is from common law from the 15th, 16th century. From the 13th, 14th, and 15th century. The fleeing felon rule is that if a felon is fleeing, you can use deadly force to stop the fleeing felon. So where does the fleeing felon rule come in to today's day and age? Well, it starts from 1952 till 1962. 2 judges, one named Waxman and one named Harold Blackman. Harold Blackman is going to end up on the Supreme Court. They write from 1952 to 1962 what's called the Model Penal Code. The MPC is the standard for all states today. And what the Model Penal Code establishes is your levels of criminality. And you guys have heard of this. Is that negligent? Is that willful? Is that purposely? Is that there's a 4th one. So that it creates your mens rea is where you get this. And so when they write the Model Penal Code, within the Model Penal Code, Harry Blackman, is going to write that the cops can kill people if they're running away, if they're a fleeing felon. That's in the Model Penal Code that's going to be published in 1962, a peer-reviewed perspective on policing that is now adopted by most of the states. The fleeing felon rule then is challenged in the 1985 case of Tennessee versus Garner. In Tennessee versus Garner, which gets to the Supreme Court in 1984, guess who's on the Supreme Court? The previous judge who wrote the model penal code, Harry Blackmun, who wrote the part that you can shoot people as they run away, and that's called the fleeing felon rule from common law. When we get to the case of Tennessee versus Garner, Eugene Garner, 14-year-old boy who had gone into his neighbor's house and took a $10 bill off the coffee table and then ran back out to his own backyard. Literally neighbors, Eugene Garner is a little slow. So now when it goes to the Supreme Court and Harry Blackmun is on that Supreme Court, he wrote the model penal code that you can shoot a fleeing felon. The Supreme Court is going to side on the side of Eugene Garner, and they're going to say that Tennessee versus Garner says that you cannot shoot fleeing felons as they run away, that the fleeing felon part of the model penal code is now overridden by Tennessee versus Garner, that you cannot shoot a fleeing felon as they run away unless it's in the name of officer safety. Terry versus Ohio. Tennessee versus Garner is a nothing burger. Zip. It means zero. It means absolutely nothing. The fleeing felon rule still stands. And why do I say the fleeing felon rule still stands? Because all the cop has to say is, he was running away. I didn't know if he had a gun. There were other cops down the road. I shot him in the back of the head in the name of officer safety. That's the facts of the fleeing felon rule. That's the facts. Tennessee versus Garner, the jurisprudence that allows Tennessee versus Garner to exist is what? Terry versus Ohio. Now, I know the facts. Let's see if this pig whose channel this is, let's see if he actually understands and knows what Tennessee versus Garner is and what the fleeing felon rule is and how it was superseded and how it can be re-invoked through officer safety. Let's see what he says here.
Then Officer Brennan fires 5 more shots as Mr. Cantu drives away. The only possible justification for these shots would be the fleeing felon rule. However, that scenario requires a violent fleeing felon that poses a significant public safety risk. That scenario requires a violent fleeing felon that...
In the decision of Tennessee versus Garner, the court held that apprehension
a significant
by the use of deadly force is a seizure subject to reasonableness requirement of the Fourth Amendment. Is it reasonable to seize you or to kill you? And that its use to prevent the escape of all felony suspects was constitutionally impermissible. The proper rule, as the court suggests, would allow the use of deadly force only when a suspect poses substantial risk or serious physical harm. However, a major problem with the decision is that it requires a police officer to be particularly certain that a suspect is dangerous without providing any guidance to the arresting officer for making this determination. Right. They can just say, I was in fear for my life. A better approach would be to emphasize the risk encountered by the officer in a specific situation, but also to allow the officer to be guided by the nature of the crime involved. The approach would limit the use of deadly force to inherently dangerous situations, while also providing the protection needed to the arresting officer and the general public. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but all the cop has to say is, I feared a risk of officer safety or substantial risk to public safety. That's it. The caveat was 2. The caveat that the Supreme Court allowed these jackboot thug pigs to murder us was for public safety or officer safety. Tennessee versus Garner, as you can read from the abstract here, it's literally a nothing burger.
Public safety risk.
So that means all the cop has to say is that he was in fear for his life. You see what it says right here? Let me escape and zoom into this bad chicken right here. A major problem, I'm down here below that right here. It says physical harm. A major problem with the decision, it requires a police officer to be practically certain that a suspect is dangerous without providing any guidance to the arresting officer for making the determination. So they can just make up however they feel.
Requires a violent fleeing felon that poses a significant public safety.
But he is violent. He's in the car and he's speeding away. I feared that he could have hit somebody in his car driving out of the parking lot that fast. And the Kevin and Karen and the Kevin judge will say, you're right.
Risk. Although Mr. Cantu had just committed a felony, this crime does not pose enough of a public safety risk to justify using deadly force. On December 1st, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez denounced indictments against former Officer Brennan for aggravated assault and attempted murder. Here's a similar incident for you.
Oh my God.
Long Beach School Safety Officer Eddie Gonzalez was charged with murder for this shooting. He is still awaiting trial. And in 2018, former Balk Springs Officer Roy Oliver was convicted of murder for shooting at a vehicle driving away from him, who had just committed a felony. December 1st, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez denounced indictments against former Officer Brennan for aggravated assault and attempted murder.
That's exactly correct. Attempted murder.
Gonzalez denounced indictments.
So Eric Cantu can actually get maybe justice
Against former Officer Brennan for aggravated assault and attempted murder. Here's a similar incident for you.
Oh my God.
Long Beach School Safety Officer Eddie Gonzalez was charged with murder for this shooting. He is still awaiting trial. And in 2018, former Balk Springs Officer Roy Oliver was convicted of murder for shooting at a vehicle driving away from him. In light of the video evidence, the Force Review concurs with the Bexar County District Attorney in charging Mr. Brennan. We predict that he will be convicted. That's it for episode 11 of the Force.
Let's just take a look real quick here. I'm subscribed to the guy's channel. Let's see if we can find. So, do you think this guy ever identifies himself? Do you think he ever identifies himself as a channel dedicated to giving professional overview? Should ever be considered legal advice? Maybe he's on Twitter and he's going to identify who he is. Okay, I followed his Twitter account here. I don't see view email address, submit, I'm not a robot, submit. Let's just go like theforcereview@gmail.com. So let's just let me just be honest with him. Oops, sorry about that. I covered your video. I'd like to interview you. I'll try to be nice. You can cover your face. It was all caps. Sorry about that. Look, I covered your video. Let's see what these. Yeah, cops are so bad at their jobs, y'all need a giant ass reform. That's spot on. I'm not sure I have to obey any officer. Yes, the widely used police tactic of a highway stop would have looked something similar like that. Insanity. So he's going to see the message. Why don't you guys pop over here and see if this guy, he's an active duty pig, so he may not be able to, or he may make an excuse. There's the link to that video. If you guys are so inclined, pop over to that pig and let him know that I'd like to interview that pig. I mean, look, it's the system is what it is. They've created the us versus them system. They've created policies, procedures, and protocols that you and I find brutal, barbaric, and inhumane. Put a 1 in the chat if you find the police policies, procedures, and protocols brutal, barbaric, and inhumane. Why do you think I created a trifold? Why do you think I give away so many of these cop cards? Because I want people to invoke their Fifth Amendment right. I don't want to cover your video. So we're living in a really bad system. So to the forced review, if you see this video, the things you said on that video, right? The way that you've been trained to think, he hit me with the door once, so he must want to hit me with the door again. He wasn't trying to hit anybody with the door. The way that you spoke and the way that you saw things was such an eye-opening experience for us, because that's not how we saw it at all. Not even kind of. And we saw this as a total escalation, a jackboot thug pig. Why didn't he go over and try to be the guy's friend? Like, yo, man, you tried to outrun me the other day. See what the guy does. If he drives away, he drives away. He must be hanging around that town. He must live there somewhere. That means you're going to get him again. If he got him the other night and then he got him McDonald's a night or two later, you're going to get him again. Just walk up with your camera and be like, yo, what's going on, man? Can I talk to you? If he drives off, he drives off. We no longer live in an era where you got to get them now or they're going to go to Connecticut. It's just not that way. It's just not that way. It's just not, that's not how it is. And as long as we continue to allow this kind of jackboot thug piggery, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse for all of us. Nobody here is going to be free. You have to, everybody will have a court case. Every single person will have a court case. So we got to eventually change this system. And the only way I can see it is if I win the governorship. I can't see it any other way. Can you guys see another way? Someone has to become governor that gives a shit. Somebody has to become governor. And so I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I've sacrificed so much in my life to be in the position that I'm in right now. And now I'm getting to the place where this year in 2024, I have to state where I'm going to run this year. And I have to then start to run for that position. And it can be nonstop. So I'll need all the help I can get. Because we have to change this system. Nobody's going to change it. None of these chosen politicians. Put a 1 in the chat if you did not choose your politician. I didn't choose. You didn't choose who ran for governor. Do you think there's a 1 for me? You didn't get to choose who was running for governor. Nobody said, I think I'll nominate Kelly Johnson, and then Kelly Johnson is now running for governor. That's not how it works at all. The elites pick who they want to be in charge of their corporate money. And then they put their money behind that horse. And then that governor runs on the ticket to protect the fossil fuel company or protect the pharmaceutical companies or to protect the paper companies or to protect the power companies or to protect the car industry. It just depends. They will then nominate, and it's happening all over the country with representatives. Ex-pigs, retired pigs, are then funded by the Fraternal Order of Police all over the country. All over the country. We saw that recently in Arizona with SB Senate Bill 2319, that I went to Arizona to protest, that I made a speech in front of the Arizona Capitol building where John McLaughlin, what's his name? Was it John McLaughlin? The ex-pig from New Jersey Port Authority moved to Paradise Valley, Arizona, and then got nominated. John Kavanaugh on the Scottsdale campus. That's why I went to the Scottsdale Library to find John Kavanaugh. John Kavanaugh had been a pig for 20 years. He moved to Arizona and retired. The Fraternal Order of Police funded his campaign. Maybe you heard of the bill that said you can't be within 10 feet of filming police in Arizona. It was eventually struck down by a federal judge. I went there to Arizona before that bill was passed and signed by the ex-pig governor there. And I said, SB 2319 is horrible. And it was pushed through by John Kavanaugh. So that means it is possible. They just have a funding apparatus. So we'll do the same thing. And I'm not going to stop. I won't stop. I review all these videos every day because a couple years ago, the people on the internet who are similar to me that do similar things, they tried to destroy me. When that happened in 2021, I then decided that I will establish who I am by doing thousands and thousands of hours of content. I will do so many thousands of hours of content that if someone comes out and says, oh, you're a misogynist or you're a racist or you're a homophobe or you're a traitor or whatever, I've made so many thousands of hours of content that I'll be able to say, go have a ham sandwich, eat my shorts. Who I am is clearly established. I have no victims of violence in my past, even though people on the internet may lie and say he has victims. We're just protecting them. Lackluster. Piece of shit. Where's the victims, Dale? Where are my victims? I've established who I am now. So now when I run for governor, there'll be no secret hidden horses in a barn somewhere. No. Who I am is established. I've been doing this for years. And that's why I do so many hours on the internet. Right here, tell so many stories about my life, stories of jail, stories of being wrongfully incarcerated, stories of going through probation or parole or people who spent time in prison, because I'm not going to allow them to try to define me again. It was real hell what I went through. Cancel culture. Tens of thousands of people bombarding my social media pages, calling me a racist. Yeah. Anything you can do to try to destroy me, good luck. Good luck. It's not going to work. Now I've put thousands of hours in over the past few years. Now people know who I am and what I stand for. So there's no doubt about it. You know, do I hate cops? Absolutely. I can't stand them. They're jackboot thug pig losers. Does that mean that they're beyond redemption? No. We have to change the organization. As long as you sign up to that Death Star, you're evil. You're an evil person. There's just no other way to describe it. If you sign up to those policies, procedures, and protocols, you're part of the evil. You're evil. Remember the horror movies? The Evil Dead? Yeah. That's just how I feel, and I'm not going to change how I feel. When I go out the door and I see a pig, I think to myself, that's a pig. Pig, 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 pig. Pig alert, pig. You feel the same way? Do you feel the same way? When you see a pig, put a one in the chat. If you see a pig and you think pig, is that what you think? When you see a copper, do you see pig? I'm just wondering, do you see pig? I know you do, Daryl. I know you do, Daryl. This for the people, for you folks, I'll need your help more than I can help you. I'll need your support. I'll need your consistency. I'll need you to step up for me when these people try to throw character assassinations at me. I'll need thousands of you to step forward and say, that's bullshit. I've been watching this guy for years. You're just making shit up about somebody so that he can't win the governorship, so he can't change the police policies from the top down. That's what you're doing. You're trying to character assassinate this guy. And so I'll need your voices. I'll need you a lot more than you'll need me. And then when I get to that position of power, I will change the policies from the top down. There will be no more torture chairs in jails. No more torture chairs. There'll be no more of the tiny little box in the back of the car. That's all going to be changed. You're not going to be stuffed into a claustrophobic area and then strapped in. Nope. I'll get rid of torture cuffs. I'll cancel the contract with the torture cuffs company. That's going to start a real fight. Nationally, it'll start a real fight. When I become the governor of Oklahoma or Nevada or Alaska, when I become the governor and I say, we're canceling the contract with the torture cuff company, then that torture cuff company will really be coming after me. That torture cuff company will really be funding negative ads about me like crazy. They'll be funding negative ads about me. The torture cuff companies are multi-billion-dollar contracts. That's why you've seen over the past several years, when I go to audit cops, I say, can we talk about the torture cuffs? All of them are like, can't talk about that one. You're talking about billions of dollars. We can't talk about that, Chille, because you're talking about billion-dollar contracts with torture cuff companies. Axion, the body cam footage, you think that they want that to be public access? They got a real cushy relationship with all the cop shops in the country. Who do you think one of the funders of Cop City in Atlanta is? Axion. Axon body cameras. They're one of the funders of Atlanta's Cop City. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the torture cuff companies are the sponsors of the Cop City in Atlanta? The more they can spread authoritarianism, the more they can spread police state, prison state, death state. I'm telling you the straight up truth. I'm telling you absolute truth here. That's just the system that we're living in, and we have to change it. We absolutely have to change it. I saw this the other day. I don't think I'm gonna show that one today. This, earlier we saw a video of the coppers raiding the wrong house, and so this video right here, this shows that this police captain, Chief Acevedo, this is the biggest pig in America, Houston Police Department. I think his name is Al Acevedo or Albert Acevedo. I can't remember his first name off the top of my head. Piece of shit. There was a statistic for the Houston Police Department. We don't stop, says Gloria. We don't stop. There was a statistic for the Houston Police Department. I lived in Houston in 1997. 1998. I lived in I was between Dallas and Houston in 1998. That's where I lived back and forth. And when I lived in Houston in 98, the newspaper, the Houston Chronicle, came out, and it said from 1971 until 1997, from 71 to 97, Houston Police Department had 207 shootings. And since 1971 till 1997, they had 207 justified police shootings. Art Acevedo, that's his name. Chief of Houston Police Department Chief Art Acevedo, that's his name. A real piece of shit. A gigantic piece of shit. Horrible piece of shit. Cop sucker. I mean, just a liar in chief. So this video shows Acevedo being served with papers regarding the deadly Harding Street raid where they raided the wrong people.
The end of the month will mark 5 years since the deadly Harding Street raid. The botched raid left 2 homeowners dead and 5 officers injured. One officer has also been charged with murder for the deaths of Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas.
And since their deaths, the families have been seeking criminal and civil justice, holding the city of Houston accountable. Their efforts have been met with roadblocks of late, but tonight.
So just so you guys know, Dennis Tuttle and Regina, when I built my wall in 2020 and I showed all the Supreme Court cases that I knew off the top of my head, on the far right of my wall were the faces of all the victims of about 4 dozen people who had been murdered by the police. 2 of the faces on my wall were Dennis Tuttle and his wife Regina. The police walked into their house and murdered them. They just straight out murdered them. Were they at their house? It's been 4 years since I've talked about this, but they just straight murdered Tuttle. It's a straight murder. I mean, really, you check some of my old TikTok videos. Send that over to me, Born Again Buddhist. Send me that video. Let me take a look at it. But Dennis Tuttle was murdered outright, cold-blooded murdered.
Tonight, city of Houston accountable. Their efforts have been met with roadblocks of late, but tonight there is some video showing that may soon be changing, and only KPRC2 investigator Mario Diaz has that video. Mario?
Danny, we start this story with law enforcement outside of Denver, Colorado, being told they needed to track down a well-known individual in the city of Aurora. However, law enforcement could not track him down, even though the man they were tasked with looking for was the interim police chief for Aurora. His name, Art Acevedo. Yes.
Art Acevedo. As I told you, his name was Art.
That Art Acevedo. The same one that was Houston police chief for 5 years. And
total piece of shit. You can't imagine.
Who also was the top cop on the night of the Harding Street raid. KPRC2 Investigates obtained surveillance video prior to a recent city council meeting where Acevedo was served by a private process server with a federal subpoena to appear for a deposition. The process server was hired by the families of Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas, as they have been attempting to get Acevedo to answer.
Straight up murdered them. Just walked in and murdered them.
tough questions pertaining to their lawsuit. The former HPD chief is set for a lengthy deposition later this month. As for the state and federal criminal trials of Gerald Goins, portrayed by investigators as the mastermind of the botched raid, there are still no concrete dates for a trial nearly 5 years after that deadly raid.
How is that? How is that? It's because the judges and the prosecutors are covering up for the bad pigs.
And in one final development, this one happening coincidentally earlier today, Acevedo has stepped down from his post as interim police chief in Aurora, Colorado. According to reports in the city's press release, in fact, Acevedo wants to be back.
So that piece of shit pig went from Houston to Colorado. Colorado has the worst cops in the country.
With his family here in Texas. The Whitmire administration tells me there are no plans to bring Acevedo back to Houston. Mario Diaz, KPRC2 investigates.
Jackboot Thug Pig. Put that in the comment section if you would, please. Jackboot Thug Pig. Just drop it in the comment section. What's going on, Ann? How are you? Good to see you. Milton, what's going on, my friend? Basil's, good to see you. Donald, how is everybody? Alan, what's going on, my friend? How is everybody? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat, Adrian. Have I said your name recently, Adrian? Chevy. Thanks, buddy. God bless you, man. Appreciate it. Oh, Smoked Insane is gifting out memberships again. God bless you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You betcha. You betcha. I'm just checking out the comment section here. And then Jaquez gifted 1 membership. And then Unisex says she votes for Chili Pepper. One of us has to get to executive power and change this bullshit, or we're just going to be run roughshod over. We're just going to be, they're just going to, I'm trying to find this. So do you want to see what voluntary manslaughter looks like? Let me show you what voluntary manslaughter looks like. This is voluntary manslaughter right here. This is voluntary manslaughter. All right.
Committed a real.
He's on top of the guy.
Unnecessary escalation of force and violence in that moment. Drew his service weapon, put it to the back of Presley's head, and pulled the trigger.
A Las Cruces police officer charged with voluntary manslaughter after video shows him shooting a man in the back of his head.
How do you how do you keep a straight face? How do you keep a straight face? I don't understand. How do you say he was charged with voluntary manslaughter after he took a gun out, stuck it to the back of a guy's head, and pulled the trigger? That's not voluntary manslaughter. That's murder. That's outright murder. That's not shooting him in the back of the arm because you can't control him and he'll go running off like a wounded deer. That's not shooting him in the hip. That's not shooting him in the leg. He stuck the gun to the back of his head and blew his brains out right there on the concrete. How's that voluntary manslaughter? How is that? I don't even understand. Man, lots of members. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a member of this channel. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a membership to this channel. Holy smokes. There's so many people who are members. It's unbelievable. I'm nothing but grateful to you guys. Thanks for supporting me. I appreciate it. I give you my word. I'm not going to stop. I won't ever stop. If this channel's ever gone, find me on my website. Go to Delete Laws. Tell everybody here, go to Delete Laws, and you find me. And I will reemerge. I will reemerge. Remember, I got kicked off TikTok with hundreds of thousands of subscribers too. So I will reemerge. Don't think that I'll quit because social media companies ban me. It's not going to stop me. I'll never stop.
Appealing the suspension of his law enforcement certification. Cruces police officer charged with voluntary manslaughter after video shows him shooting a man in the back of his head is appealing the suspension.
He's appealing the suspension
of his law enforcement certification.
Of his peace officer certificate. There's no such thing as a law enforcement certificate. There's a peace officer certificate. This state-run media operative is lying to you.
Brad Lunsford shot and killed Presley Easy back in August of 2022 after a gas station called in the theft of a can of beer.
They killed him over a can of beer. Let's say he stole it. Let's say he was guilty.
Body cameras show 2 officers pull Easy out of his car, leading to a fight between the 3 men. That's when Lunsford opened fire, killing Easy. Lunsford's law enforcement certification was suspended back on December 13th. And on Friday, his lawyers filed a motion appealing the decision. He pled not guilty to voluntary manslaughter charge.
To murder? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Don't believe what you see? This is so stupid.
Charges last month. Easy's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit claiming Officer Lunsford used excessive force.
It was a routine 911 call from a gas station attendant over an allegedly stolen beer that brought Las Cruces police here in 2022.
You're not coming back on file, man. Hey, step out of the car.
Police say they cannot identify Presley Eze, a nurse working in the area. A contentious back and forth quickly escalates and turns physical. The view from a witness with a cell phone shows things more clearly. Two officers and Eze wrestle on the ground. And right there, you can see Eze is holding a taser. A second later, Officer Brad Lunsford pulls out a gun and pushes it toward the back of Eze's head.
Right, because a taser in your hand is a deadly weapon. In their hand, it's less lethal force. How does that happen? In your hand, it's considered lethal, but in theirs, it's less lethal.
The trigger.
We determined.
Oh, he's dead. Look, he's dead as a doornail.
Gun and pushes it toward the back of Eze's head, and he pulls the trigger.
How many people's hands are like that unless you blow their brains clean out? He blew his brains all over the sidewalk. He's dead immediately. Shot him right in the back of the brainstem. There's his hand. He's gone. Everything that man was, everything he is, was taken away by that pig.
And he pulls the trigger.
I think that to me is the most telling image of all the images I've seen. That shows it right there, doesn't it? He didn't want to die that day.
We determined that criminal charges were justified in this.
Yeah, but you gave him a slap on the wrist, not murder. You gave him involuntary manslaughter, which means he gets 2 months suspended sentence.
Context.
Officer Lunsford surrendered to agents from the Office of the Attorney General. He was taken into custody. He is now charged with manslaughter.
Oh, who cares? He was taken into custody? What a bunch of shit. He was taken into custody. He was put in a car, not cuffed, taken down to the dungeon. They took a picture of him and said, okay, you're released. That's it. He doesn't go to court from the jail. He goes to court from the comfort of his own home. You and I would go to court from the prison if we shot someone in the back of the head because we couldn't control them. And this coward bitch pig, he gets to just be free. He murdered a guy, and they're still calling it voluntary manslaughter. You stuck your gun to the back of his head, dude. You murdered him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Torres says his office will not attempt to keep him in jail until trial.
Of course not. Of course not. His office will not attempt to keep him in jail until trial.
To keep him in jail until trial.
Why is that? Why does Brad Lunsford get to walk around after blowing a guy's brains out? None of us would be able to.
Some today say the city of Las Cruces tried to cover up what happened by not releasing public information.
Some? Put a 1 in the chat if you think the city of Las Cruces tried to cover up a murder. Put a 1 in the chat if you think they tried to cover up an absolute murder.
The city of Las Cruces hid information from us. It obscured videos and has not treated this family with the respect. And
Joe Kennedy, attorney for family of Presley Ease. I can't believe they murdered that guy.
It obscured videos and has not treated this family with the respect and dignity that any family deserves.
Okay, I'm not asking you right now. Step out. No. Because you're not coming back on file, man. Hey, step out of the car. Because you're not coming back on file.
Jackboot Thug Pig, Jackboot Thug Pig.
You can't figure out who you are. Hey, look out. Hey, listen. Because it's not coming back on file, you better come out now, dude. Hey, you gonna cooperate or what? Okay. Put your stuff down. Get that stuff. No, listen. I don't want you reaching for anything, man. I'm not reaching for anything.
As usual, they have to escalate it. They have to grab you all over your body. Why? Let him even run off. Who cares? You got him. See the camera you got him on right there? He's not getting away anymore. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. He's not getting away. He will not be getting away. That's a fact. Very few people will ever get away once their camera catches their face. You will not get away once the camera catches your face. You will not get away. You used to be able to get away, not anymore.
Okay, step out. Okay. Drop your shit. Drop your shit. I'm not reaching for this. Turn around. I'm not reaching for this. Hey, you better. Stop. Turn around. Turn around.
Oh, is this what the lawyer was saying? That they redacted and changed and hid the body cam footage?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
They're attacking him, and he doesn't want to be attacked and put in torture cuffs upon interaction. He wants to talk to them and find out what the fluck is going on. If you actually told him what you were charging him with and what the complaint is, he might be more willing to cooperate with you. But that's not what they do. They grab you and say, we're going to put you in torture cuffs for your safety. It's a load of shit. Look at this guy. I mean, look at this guy. Inept. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What are you doing? Trying to grab a wrist? Trying to grab his forearm? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you joking me? This is what they train these guys? There it is. Reaches back and grabs his gun. Real slow, real calmly, real calm. Just puts it in the back of his head and blows his brains out. He said he went to the store with the can and the clerk told him to leave. He did, and they called the police claiming he stole the beer. That's why he had issues with the cops, because he didn't steal the beer. Wow. Wow. I'm running a special today on the trifold. If you get a trifold from deletelaws.com, I'm giving you a Fifth Amendment cop card for free. Go to deletelaws.com right now and get a trifold, and when the cops come up to you, invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's what you do. And I'll check your order from January 17th, and I will include in there a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. I got a few thousand of these. I thought I was only getting 1,000, and I got like 5,000. So I dramatically lowered the price immediately, and now I sell them pretty much, I give so many away. It's unbelievable. Because these cards, I already paid for them, cost $6,000, and I got over 5,000 cards. So if you do the math on that, I'm still making some money. I'm not making as much money, but I still make some money from the cards. And so I'm giving it away for free if you get a trifold. When I get really upset and I feel like my chest is going to explode, instead, what I have decided I'm going to do from now on when I get really upset is I'm just going to switch gears. And you know what? You got to get a trifold in your car. When you get the trifold, I send you this really fancy broccoli wad rubber band, and then your trifold with your license, registration, proof of insurance inside of it goes up into your visor, just like this. Trifold right there goes around your visor. And then you use your phone like a ninja, and nothing goes below the steering wheel. You're filming the cop, license, registration, proof of insurance. Cop says a single word to you, you immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold in your car. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a Fifth Amendment cop card. This is what I can do. And I've reduced my prices down to as low as I possibly can and still make a living. So a lot of people won. A lot of people got the Fifth Amendment cop card or the trifold in your wallet, in your car. Make sure you follow the steps to protect yourself. Make sure you follow the steps to protect yourself. And I'll continue to give away, so many of these cop cards. I mean, they're only $10 online. I tried to lower them further, and my business mentor was like, "No, dude." He said to me, "No." He said, I actually lowered them. You guys remember the other day, I said, I'm going to lower my cop cards down to where I make $2 on each one of them. And my business mentor called me and said, "Stop it." And I was like, "Bro, I want to make sure that everybody can get the Fifth Amendment cop card in their wallet." He said, "Chille, they can. You can't give away everything. You can't do it. You can't go below $10 on your cop cards. You have to make a profit." So I had them down to $7 a piece. I had them down there, baby. I had them down there. They were low. They were down to $7. They're at $10 now. They're $10. But if you buy a pair of 10, I'll give you an extra pair for free. Just put in the notes, "Hey man, give me an extra pair for free," and I'll give you an extra pair for free. So you can give a pair away. Because, I want these to be in circulation. I want people to be able to, and then anybody, Brandy got hers. You got your official cop cards today. So Brandy, that was like, what was that? I mean, over a week. It's taking a long time. Shipping's taking a long time. I am not messing up on the shipping. I'm on it. I'm on it like white on rice on shipping. So I'm not, that real famous, "Are you fucking this up, bro?" Are you fucking this up? I am not effing this up. I am not effing this up. I'm shipping perfectly, properly. Oh, you gave your pair away? Nice. Nice, Derek. I'll be giving my second pair away. Right on. Yeah, pretty much I always do this. Yeah, for Door Dashers, Russian plant, if you're Door Dashing, you definitely want to use the trifold. Don't get me wrong, the cop card's great to have in your wallet. If you're a non-driver or a driver, you want to have the Fifth Amendment cop card in your wallet, but you want the trifold because it's big. You can hold it. Your license, registration, proof of insurance can go inside of it. Everything goes up there in your visor. And then you can start with like this, license, registration, proof of insurance. I don't know where my laminated copy of mine is. You see oh, there it is. You want your license, registration, and proof of insurance all goes inside of your trifold. You just want to prepare yourself. So many people have their proof of insurance in their phone, and you need your phone to keep recording the cops. So make a copy of your license, registration, proof of insurance, and then get everything up in the visor. And then I give you this rubber band. Just so you guys know, the hardest part of shipping is the rubber band. This is the hardest part of shipping. To get it in the envelope and to get it flat, and some of you guys order 2 or 3 trifolds to get all the rubber bands inside of the trifold. This is the hardest part of shipping. If I just stopped shipping this rubber band, my shipping would be so easy. So then why don't I do it? Because then you may not have a rubber band when you get your envelope, and then you may not put the trifold up in your visor. Whereas if I sit here and tell you I've included this in your order, now you open the envelope and you're looking forward to inside of your trifold is that rubber band. Goes over your visor, no matter if you have a Mercedes 6000 BT suck it, or if you have a Volkswagen from 1971. It goes over your visor. The rubber band goes over your visor. Get your ish in order. License, registration, proof of insurance. Obviously, I'm not Denzel Washington. Obviously. But and then just to incentivize you guys, I made a bunch of these cop cards. So if you get a trifold, they cost $20. I will include in your order for free a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards. These are made out of credit card material. So you always have a Fifth Amendment cop card in your wallet. If you're driving like Russian plant here, you want to make sure you have it in your visor. And there's a bunch of cases in here, bunch of cases. They tell you to get out of the car, Pennsylvania versus Mims. You revoke consent, what are fighting words. You know, this is what I can do. This is all that I can possibly do. I felt bad. I tried to get these cards down to a lower price, and there's people on my team who are like, "You have to stop being stupid." There are people on my team who pulled me back from the brink and said, "Do you remember when you went to Ironton and you gave away hundreds of trifolds and you were $5,000 overdrawn? Do you remember that?" I do remember that. Yes, I do. Because I have to pay for the trifolds, and I gave away so many hundreds of trifolds in Ironton. People would ask me for a trifold. I'd order them one. And then I just ended up I didn't realize how many, $5 here, $5 there. Pretty soon you've done that with hundreds of people. That happened to me in Ohio, and I ran flat out of money. I ran flat down to zero. And there was one of my friends came through and was like, "Dude," recharged me, and I got going again. And now here I am today, and I'm doing the same thing. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Put that in the comment section. We don't stop. What's the matter, you? We don't stop. We don't stop. So, cool thing is hoodies. I think we're down to 1 double XL, and then I've got like 12 triple XL left. If you are a triple XL, and you want to get a hoodie, you can contact me and I'll give you a deal, just because I don't want hoodies just floating around. But if you are a triple XL and you want a deal on a hoodie, you contact me through deletelaws.com and we will talk about a deal for your triple X hoodie. I will have medium, large, and extra large back in stock by this weekend. So yeah, I sold like 80 of those super duper quick. I mean, like what, 2-3 weeks, super duper quick. That's a lot of hoodies. That was a lot of hoodies. Chris Boudreau is in here. What's going on, Chris? Mark, always good to see you. Stanley, always good to see you, my friend. You know what, Kevin? I actually did. So there's, just so you guys know, when you send off 100 things, if you lose one thing, you lost 1%. So Kevin's is the only one I can't find, and I can't find your tracking number, Kevin. So I'm just going to ship you another one, dude. I'm just going to ship you another one. If another one shows up, then contact me and let me know. But I can't even find the tracking number on all the receipts. Thanks, Chevy, for the super chat. If you order a hoodie from me, there's a tracking number. So everybody should have their hoodies by about now. It should be. That's why I was kind of stalling on that for 1 second to see if maybe your hoodie showed up today. But then if it didn't, then I'm just going to send you out. I'm just going to send you out another one. Thanks. I appreciate that, Dan. Oh, is that right? Artisto Customs Airbrushing. I've been with you from the beginning, but not known. Wow. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Listen, I say it, but it's actually super, super true. I need you guys a lot more than you need me. Without your support and you guys backing me up and explaining to people how to invoke their Fifth Amendment right, and it's Terry versus Ohio. Qualified immunity is important, but not nearly as important as Terry versus Ohio. I need you guys so much more than you need me. And when they kick me off this channel and they kick me off that platform and they kick me off that platform, I'll need you to follow me. I'll need you to say, well, I really loved this platform, but I'm going to go to this platform now. They'll kick me off. They'll do everything they possibly can to stop me from becoming governor. Though character assassination after character assassination, they will do everything they can to destroy my reputation. That's why I make so many thousands of hours of content. Really hard to and then I don't do anything. I don't go out to clubs. I don't go out to bars. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't date, random women. I just don't do that. I don't do it. It would be nice. I enjoyed it when I wasn't known by so many people I could date. Dating has been really difficult, to be honest with you. It's just difficult because, I got thousands of trolls and it makes it hard. And I have thousands of, it's just been difficult this past couple of years becoming known across the internet. It's been very difficult for dating. I don't really know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? There's a learning curve with everything. I don't really know how to explain to the woman I'm dating, this is what I do and this is who I am in the world, and I'm running for governor. You interested in being first lady? Like, it's like I don't really know how to. I'm just being honest. I shouldn't be so honest. I should just keep my mouth shut, keep it all to myself. You guys check right. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Did you see, Chris? Have you seen American Patriot? Have you seen American Patriot? Have you seen this channel yet? If you have not seen American Patriot, oh man, we're at 6,000 subscribers on American Patriot. They demonetized the video, American Patriot. They demonetized the entire channel. They said it wasn't suitable for advertisers. Or it could be that it's my channel. Could be that. It could be that it's my channel. And so that's why they demonetized it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, because they don't want me to win the governorship. Subscribe to this channel over here. This is the Ironton Files right here in great detail, Chris. I put it in the comment section right there. We have, I think, 19 or 20 episodes up now. You can binge watch 19 or 20 episodes. And it flows. I mean, the editor is just so top notch. He's so good at what he does. And so it's really good. Oh, you've seen all 19 episodes? Is it 19 episodes now, Chris? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's yeah, you really, yeah, you got yours, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. I know who that is. Whoosh. I know who that is. You got yours. I know that. I've just gone out of my way to make sure that the people who are on the team that have been here for a while, and who was that gentleman that said he'd been here from the beginning, just not recognized? I appreciate you coming, dude. It means a lot. It means a lot. Yeah, it is. It is. I've been through some weird shit the past couple of years. My family, my friends, my investors, previous coworkers being contacted by random people and saying, "Hey, can you tell us how Chille did you wrong?" People who are on YouTube that have big, huge channels saying that I have victims of violence. They're just protecting them. Things like that. People making up stories about me saying I'm the worst person ever. Like, in what regard? How? Which dog have I slaughtered? Which woman is weeping in the streets that I wronged her? Which man has lost his life savings? Show me the person I assaulted and hurt. But they can't. They just don't want me to get into power. And I understand that. I understand why you don't want that. I get that. Because I'm anti-authoritarianism. And you don't want me to be in power and change things. I understand that. And the people who are in my space, when I say I'm the leader, they say, no, I am. I understand that. It's the marketplace of ideas. What ideas do you have to change this culture to make it a better place? And the marketplace of ideas, produce your ideas. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm doing my best to. Oh my God, I've been on here for 4 hours. It didn't even feel like 4 hours. I just been blabbing with you guys. I've just been blabbing, just kind of going through and just blah, 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 blah. But we're getting better. It's slowly but surely happening. We are improving, and there's more and more people joining Team DLZ every single day. We don't stop. Put that in the comment section. We don't stop. We don't stop. James, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. Unisex, always good to see you. Cece, always good to see you. Thank you for coming. Will Rock, what is going on? Milton, what is going on? Les OTVO, that's a great username. There's a great username. Let's overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's a great username. Felicia, thank you for coming. Alpha, yeah. Unfortunately, it's first time here, been watching forever. Wow, Les OTVO is coming out of the woodwork. Power to the people. Dwayne, and then I saw Dr. Donna earlier. Good to see you. This one right here. Artisto Customs Airbrushing. I would love to see that. Nice. Super happy to hear it. Man, this is great. Super good. I really appreciate you guys coming. Thank you so much. John Smith, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Shanta, good to see you. Derek, good to see you. Chuck Bronson, one of my favorite people. Chuck Bronson knows my philosophy. My general philosophy, just so you guys know, is to crowdfund auditors and activists. Almost every time I watch an activist, or every time I see their video, or every time I try to, and they're in the act, I try to contribute. I always try to contribute to activists. And that's my philosophy is we should crowdfund these activists who are out there. Rage Girl Radio, crowdfund her when she's out there auditing. Chuck Bronson, when he's driving around, crowdfund that man so he has a little gas money, he can buy a ham sandwich. Crowdfund activists and auditors, crowdfund people, because we all can't crowdfund everybody, right? You don't have, thousands of dollars. So, but I can crowdfund someone with $20. I see an auditor doing their thing, throw them a 20. You see someone doing something, it makes it so they can keep going. So that tomorrow, when they were doing their activism, they weren't at work making money. And so I see a guy like Chuck Bronson out, just throw him $20, just real quick. Just takes a second. When I'm sitting in a studio like this, whatever. But when I see these guys actually out driving around doing their activism, when I see News Now Ninja or Chuck Bronson or any of these guys out actually doing the activism, I think to myself right away, crowdfund that guy, crowdfund him. And if you guys are unaware of Chuck Bronson's channel, he's got one of the best channels on YouTube. He's an actual activist daily, if not 4 or 5 days a week out there following, filming these jackboot thug pigs. Got a lot of respect for Chuck Bronson. So anyway, listen, I've been on here forever and ever and ever and ever. And thanks for letting me talk for this long. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.